Does that look all right? I feel like that looks kind of weird. Um, I feel like it look fine. There we go. We are all set up and good to go. This will be interesting, chat. It's a new one. It's a new one. Change it up a little bit today, chat. That is not what I thought Mike Trout's wife looked like. I'm gonna be honest with you. We're just gonna hang out. We're just gonna hang out, chat. You know, we got the score up. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure what the rules are against streaming this. I would assume it's probably about the same as streaming a real game. So we're gonna ease off of that, and we are going to just hang out. We're gonna hang out. We're gonna watch it together. You guys can have it on your TVs. I'm gonna have it on my TVs because there's no Red Sox game on Wednesday. So let's do it. Let's do this one today. Why not? Why not? We're hanging out. Hopefully, we get to see Dev or Xander in this game. Devers obviously starting, and JD. I wonder maybe you get an at bat, possibly. We'll see. I don't know. I don't really know what to expect, chat. This was kind of an impromptu live watch party. So yeah, we'll see, we'll kind of see how it goes. Hang out, have some fun. I don't know some of these guys. If I'm being totally honest with you, like I know who Jazz Chisholm is, obviously. Obviously, I know who Sandy is. I don't know how behind I am on the stream either. We'll see. I like that there's finally a player in this league that's good that has the same name as me. It's the first time in so long. Do the Dodgers and Mets hate each other? I didn't think that was a thing. What's going on, Gamerson? What's up, JK? Just hanging out today, chat. We're gonna enjoy this one. Actually, this is the first one in a while where I'm not gonna be super stressed out watching this because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter who wins. Although it will be cool to see Devers hit third. Poor Sale. Yeah, that was brutal. That was absolutely brutal, man. I could not believe that happened. I couldn't believe it. It was ridiculous. Who the heck is Miles Mike Mikolas? I know Ryan Helsley's the closer for the Cardinals. I love the All Star game, chat. I love having fun at the All Star game. I didn't realize the Dodgers and the Padres hated each other. I thought it was the Dodgers and the Giants. Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought we were gonna get, chat. What is the oh, that looks pretty good. We got a little live feed of the game. Not bad, chat. I feel like we'll have fun with this. We should have a good time and hang out because again, this isn't a game that's gonna stress me out or anything, so could I expand the game day tab? Yeah, I can make it a little bit bigger for you guys. Give me a second. How's that? That better? A little bit bigger. I can also do this too. Hold on. No, that doesn't look good. We could do that, I guess. I don't know how much trouble I can get in for having this up, so I'm just gonna keep it there. We'll keep it. How's that? We'll keep it that big, yeah. Maybe I could do. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll like right there. Does that work, chat? A little bit bigger. That way, you guys at least get the. Oh, I saw someone with the audio, the game day audio on, and I don't know if you're allowed to do that. Like, I don't know if I'm allowed to play the game day audio. Like, is that guy gonna get banned? Because I saw a couple people going live for this too, And I don't know if I'm going to get banned or not. Red Sox without Bogarts, unimaginable. I don't even want to talk about it. We're not talking about it. There's Scoops. There's our boy. Our represented. Represent. It's our one man. What is going on in this stream right now? I'm going to have to pick up a new stream, I think. Oh, no. I think we're good. Will there be any turnaround for the Red Sox? I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm rooting for a turnaround. I'm always going to root for the turnaround because I genuinely think this team is so talented. I think it can get the job done. But based on performance, I really don't know what the second half is going to look like. I think the first 2 weeks or the last 2 weeks of July and the first week of August, that'll be the true test. Because then we'll know what the team looks like after the trade deadline. We'll see kind of where we are at the standings, right? So I think like August 9th or 10th will be when we can decide whether or not we're going to be competitive this season. Genuinely, because if we come out of the All-Star game super hot, we might be able to at least make up some ground and get back into a position where we can win. I hate Alejandro Kirk. I do. I hate him. Shane McClanahan's been a beast this year, chat. An absolute beast. I also don't know how I would play the game audio. Alex Cora is such a cool manager compared to a lot of these guys. Like genuinely. Like I'm sure he's a good guy, Snicker. But Alex Cora just looks so much cooler. Ronald Acuna Jr. Wait, Mookie Betts is starting? I thought he was out for a while. What happened to the rib? Guess he's back in. I love Mookie, man. I really do. Mookie scared the whole thing that happened with Mookie scaring the hell out of me now. Everything I'm seeing over All-Star weekend, it's not good, chat. It's not good. Manny Machado, man. There's the guy who ruined Dustin Pedroia's career. What's up? What's up, Phil? Just hanging out today, Phil. We're having a good time. We're gonna have fun today. I don't really know how the stream's gonna go because it's not really a Red Sox stream, right? We're just enjoying baseball, so I don't know. I don't know how the stream's gonna go, but I wanted to throw it on because we're not gonna get a stream in this week, so I figured we do the All-Star game, have a little fun with it. Trey Turner got the starting job. I'm kind of surprised. Wilson Contreras is a beast. There we go. Very cool that William and Wilson Contreras are playing together. That's very cool. That's got to be such a fun feeling. I can't tell if Jock is getting more boos or more claps. If Devers hits a bomb, I will go nuts. Jeff McNeil deserved the second base job either way. I think he deserved it. Jazz Chisholm's a ton of fun, but I love Jeff McNeil's shoes. It's crazy. Pretty cool they gave the starting nod to Kershaw. That'll be cool. I really hope they get Pujols and Cabrera in here. I would imagine they wouldn't, or they would, right? They would have to. Well, good thing you were on vacation, Gamerson. So that way you didn't have to watch the games. They were tough. They were not fun. I suffered through. I turned the last game off truthfully right after Sale got hurt. I didn't think they were gonna. I knew they were gonna lose that game. Yeah, I mean the writing was on the wall with that one. The second game, I don't know what's up with Nick Pivetta, man. I really don't. He can't pitch against the New York Yankees. He simply can't. The first game was great. We were live for the first game. That was a ton of fun. So I'm hoping we put this all behind us. The big story with the All-Star break right now is: did everyone see that Rafael Devers contract extension? Do you want me to talk about that? Did you guys see that? I was gonna make a video on it, but we've already made so many videos on Rafael Devers extension and Xander Bogaerts extension. I figured you guys wouldn't want me to talk about it, but man, man, it is brutal, brutal. The It's brutal stuff coming out about the Devers extension. When is Fenway gonna have the All Star game? I have no idea. Genuinely, not a clue. Um, I'm trying to think of the last time they had it was in 1999, right? It should be coming up pretty soon. Every year they do a different one every year, and they essentially just rotate, right? So 2029 would be 30 years. So it's like 2030, 31 or 32, maybe. They definitely lowballed them. Insane. They released $100 million off where they should be starting. 8 years, $168 million is what they wanted to give Rafael Devers. What is that? What is that equal like annual value? 99 Pedro, yeah. I would love. I'm surprised they haven't. I don't know how it works with the All-Star game, like because didn't the Dodgers get last year's too? Oh no, Colorado was last year's, right? Yeah, Colorado was last year's. So they offered Devers 168 million over 8 years, 21 million a year. Oh, why are they doing this to us? Genuinely. And then I saw that they offered Xander's 4 year 90 million, which is kind of along the right lines, right? What's that, 25 million a year, something like that? I think that's what that is. 22.5. I think you put Xander. I don't think Xander's worth. I love Xander to death. I do. A lot. But I think Xander, you're putting him in the ballpark of 26 to $30 million, right? Somewhere in that sweet spot. A race issue? What do you mean? How? How? What did the tweet say, Peter? This guy's got a good voice. Mookie going to LA Hurts, losing for Rafi would be worse. Losing Rafi would be way worse, in my opinion. Honestly, losing Xander, like if they trade Xander this year, depending on what contract they ended up offering him, those two could be way worse. Because Mookie's situation, right? They offered him, it was like 10 years, $300 million, right? So they offered him 30 million a year, but he didn't want that. He wanted 12 years, $420 million. So in my mind, I can comprehend a team being like, we aren't going to give that type of contract out. But with Xander and Rafi, right? You can afford to give them what they want. They aren't asking for that type of money. Maybe Rafi's in that kind of ballpark, but the 10 years, $300 million should be enough to get it done with Rafi. So if you're going to let go of Xander and Rafi after you let go of Mookie, I mean, it's detrimental. It's absolutely detrimental. So the stuff coming out this weekend is disheartening to say the least. They did. Yeah, they offered Story. What was Story's I was trying to look that up today. So he did 6 years, 140 million, which is less than what they offered Rafi, which it should be, right? So he's getting 23 million a year. I think you offer Xander 6 years. You offer Xander 6 years, $162 million. That's $27 million a year. That should be enough to get Xander done. Rafi, God, you should be in the ballpark at 8 years, 8 years, 280 million dollars. That's where I would start with Rafi. Or 8 years, $240 million, where I would start with Rafi. Because that to me would be the perfect two combination. You get Xander, even if you get Xander on 5 years, maybe he wants to hire AAV. You give him this 5 years, $150 million. I would be all right with that. That's not a huge commitment either. But yeah, the Trevor story, and then to have that Xander 4 years, 90 million come out is just a slap in the face. I don't get it. I knew this. I knew the All-Star break because it was Xander, Rafi, and JD that it was all everyone was going to be talking about. It was everything. I mean, when you have David Ortiz live on the All-Star interviews, right? Talking about how they need to pay Xander and Rafi again. At what point are you the front office like, God, this is bad like listen. I understand Frank, yeah, true. I understand when you're talking about fan favorites, right? Like like a fan favorite who's not very good. I understand moving on from them, right? But at some point, you have to look at this as a business because it is a business at the end of the day, right? You have to sell tickets, you sell merchandise. I will probably still watch the Red Sox. I'll still make content about the Red Sox, but there are people out there who, if Xander Bogaerts and Rafael Devers don't get signed, aren't going to pay attention to this team because there's no point in falling in love with any of these characters. What are we going to love? We're going to love Alex Verdugo for 3 more years, then let him go. We're going to love Mayer for 5 years, 6 years, and then let him go. It doesn't make sense to me as from a business standpoint. They should both be getting 30 a year. I actually don't think. Yeah, Peter. Yeah, I mean that's the first thing people go to, and it sucks because there's a lot of great people in Boston, and the small minority, make everyone look bad, which sucks. It sucks a lot. And I really don't think that's what they're doing. Um, yeah, I don't think that's what they're doing, but it sucks. I just I simply don't understand what the thought process is behind, all this stuff. I mean, you have the most impactful Red Sox player of all time telling you that these guys need to be on your team. Um, you've got players, you've got front office members, you've got the players themselves, the players we're talking about saying that they want to be here. What's stopping them? Genuinely. I mean, if you're the Boston Red Sox right now, it's a bad business decision to let both of them walk without giving again. If we offer Xander, say we offer him 5 years, 30 million a year, right? And he decides to take 9 years, 32 million a year, fine. Right? At least they tried. But Devers, there should be like Devers deal should have been done this offseason. It needs to be done next offseason before he gets into free agency. Simple. Yeah, I know. I saw Xander say that too. I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. And I'm a little worried about how candid he's being. I am. Because to me, it means he's a little bit fed up. And I would be too if I was Xander Bogaerts. I'd be fed up too. So yeah, it's for sure. It's a disaster right now. It truly is. And I don't really want to I want to make a video on it, but I don't really want to make a video on it because I don't want to, this is a little bit selfish, but I just don't want to deal with it. I don't. I'm just gonna blissfully ignore it, and that's probably bad of me. But I'm just gonna blissfully ignore it until something happens. I think if we get past the trade deadline, if the Red Sox continue on the path that they're going, and they end up 4 or 5 games out of a playoff spot by the trade deadline, and we don't trade Xander Bogaerts, I think that's a good sign. I think it's a good sign if we don't trade Xander Bogaerts. Period. Right? I think August 2nd is going to decide whether or not we're keeping Xander. Because if they've already decided that they're not going to try and keep Xander Bogaerts, it makes perfect sense in the world to trade him. It would be really it'd be really effing stupid. Sorry. It would be really stupid if they trade him. Oh, thanks, Gamerson. I just saw your message that they have to ask. Why wouldn't Boston ask every year? The All-Star game at Fenway Park would be electric. I would have to go. Content would be incredible. I would try and get a media pass for that if the All-Star game came to Boston. I've never tried to get a media pass for anything. I don't think I'm big enough for a media pass yet, but I would try to get a media pass for Boston. Man, Jackie Robinson's wife is 100 years old today. That's crazy. I love Mookie Betts, man. The whole thing going on with Xander and everything going on. What in your opinion is the best stat and the most overrated stat? That's a good question. I think the best overall stat when you're looking at a player, non-pitcher, is OPS and OPS plus. I think the weighted OPS to me says a lot, right? Because you're comparing them to every other player in the league, and if sometimes average and slugging might look bad, but your OPS or on base percentage are crazy, right? Like, so for me, the OPS plus is a great stat because it shows you how well you're doing at getting on base and creating runs compared to the rest of the league. And for pitching's an interesting one. I like FIP because it's essentially right. It's essentially your ERA if you didn't have any fielders, basically, which I like because it shows how well a pitcher's doing by themselves. And I like that stat a lot. So I think my two favorite stats would be OPS plus and FIP. Yeah, I know pitchers have ERA plus. It's a good one too. I'm just trying to mix it up, and my most overrated stat are wins for pitchers. I think wins for pitchers, they obviously have something to do with it, but I think a lot of it, right? If you could throw 7 innings of shutout baseball, but your offense scores nothing and you end up with a loss. Or you end up with a no decision, right? So for me, the most overrated stat in baseball is wins. Yeah. I think the most over analyzed stat in baseball is BABIP. I hate people overusing BABIP. For those of you who don't know what BABIP is, it's essentially like what your expected batting average it should be, right? And for me, it's like if a player has a 3, like people try and use it against Xander Bogaerts. They say his BABIP's low, like he's hitting way higher than he should be. Part of the game is finding those holes. Part of the game is being able to put your bat to the ball and create contact that makes its way into a spot where there aren't defenders. It's not luck to me. So yeah, I think the most overrated stat is wins, but I think the most overanalyzed stat is BABIP. I think the most overhated stat is average, and I don't understand why. I really don't. I get it's not weighted, so if a guy's hitting, like Trevor Story's hitting like 225, but he has a ton of RBIs and a ton of home runs. Like his contributions to the team is worth a lot more than what average he has. But at the same time, it's like if a dude's hitting 3, like when JD Martinez was hitting like 360 or whatever crazy stat he was hitting in June or May, whatever it was, you can't ignore that. You can't just be like, just because he's got a high average doesn't mean he's contributing. If the dude's getting on base by hit every what 4 at bats, you can't ignore something like that. So that's like once a game this dude's on base or something. That's crazy. So there's a long-winded explanation to my overrated stat and least overrated stat. I'm excited, chat. Let's let Rafi show himself on the big screen, huh? You guaranteeing Fox scripted the crap out of this game? I wouldn't be shocked, man. This whole All-Star game stuff is just essentially about getting baseball to new eyes, basically. So one back in the day when this game meant home field advantage in the World Series, this was the most serious game in the entire season. People took this game so seriously. Pete Rose almost killed a guy over this game. Now it's just marketing. So I wouldn't be shocked if Major League Baseball was like, we need Shohei Ohtani's gonna pitch the third inning, but he's gonna hit a home run. Lob in, give him something middle in the fourth inning, something like that. I wouldn't be shocked. But at the same time, too, it's hard to rig a game. Ray Fosse, yeah, was it the catcher he rolled over and almost did ruin his career basically? Yeah, that's like to me that's like peak. This game means something. Also, Pete Rose is a freak. They are in Hollywood, but to me, it's hard to script something when you've got not only the people on the rosters, you've got everyone running the game, right? You got the umps, you got the ball boys, you got people in the stadium, you got media personnel. You're probably talking about 150 people that need to keep the fact that this game's scripted under wraps. I just don't know. Right. Plus, you got a lot of these guys, right? You get a bonus for winning the MVP of the All-Star game. It's like $500,000 or something, depending on your contract. If you win the game, there's some bonuses in there. There's some bonuses if you hit a home run, stuff like that. So to me, I don't know. I don't know if it's scripted as much as I just don't think the players are really going to care about the score of the game. So then, maybe they see Shohei Ohtani up and they're like, what'll be good for baseball? Shohei Ohtani ripping a double here and then going out on the mound and striking 3 of us out. Just like Kyle Schwarber last night, right? Kyle Schwarber wasn't told before the game that, hey, we want you to throw the first round so that Albert Pujols can win, right, and go to the next round. He saw that moment, knew it'd be good for baseball, knew it'd be good for Albert, and said, you know what, maybe I'll try a little bit less, and he did, and that's what happened. So I don't know about throwing, but I think the players know. The players know that this is to get the game of baseball more widespread, and the better certain players do, the better the game is. So they did, yeah. The home run derby off in extra innings would be dope. I'd love to see it. I don't think they're going to rig it so that it happens, but I would love to see it. I think that was the rule last year too. So I don't know. I don't know if it'll happen this year. Let me see here. I'm gonna try and. Sorry, chat. I'm trying to make my game bigger so I can watch the game and talk to you guys. Where'd that go? There it is. Okay. It's Fox. I wouldn't be surprised. I would have a hard time believing that if they went to extra innings, it was on purpose. It's how hard it is to. I just think it's so hard to do that. They might put guys in the right situation, hope that something happens, but I want Rafael Devers. They need to update Rafael Devers' picture, man. Rafael Devers looks like he's 12 in his picture, but his real picture, he looks a lot more mature. So I don't know why they're using the one from like 2012. Like Rafael Devers looks like he just got drafted. Also, if we're being totally honest with you, Xander Bogaerts should be starting. You know what's gonna be crazy? He's gonna be Shohei Ohtani in the All-Star game until he retires. That's gonna be wild. I also love that Otani's learning English. I don't know how much English he knew before, but I also love the cleats. I always look at the cleats in the All-Star game. What does he got? He's got like angel cleats on. I'll be surprised. What do you guys think about Shohei Ohtani being on the Angels next year? When is he going to free agency? Like 2 years from now? People have been throwing out them trading Shohei Ohtani. Justin Turner made the All Star game? No way. No way Justin Turner and Cody Bellinger made the All Star game. So, excuse me. Let's go, AL. First pitch. I have no idea, Jason. I have no clue, man. Like, what do you offer him? I mean, you offer him prime pitching number money, right? But you also got to offer him prime power hitter numbers too. Sorry, you're slinging my foot. I got it. Um. Yeah, he's got to be easily 500. If he is another year like this year, yeah, exactly, Jason. So I mean, you got to think he's worth 40 million a year. I wouldn't be shocked if he got 40 million a year. That's what his worth is, which is crazy to say. He might get us like a $600 million contract. I'm not even kidding. Especially if he has another year. Like, I mean, if he goes next year, he's got like a 4.2 ERA and he hits, I don't know, 20 bombs, right? Even then, that's a $15 million a year pitcher and a $27 million a year hitter. I don't know, man. I hope. I mean, the Red Sox will obviously probably be in on Shohei Ohtani. They're in on everybody, but it would be crazy. Yeah, I don't think a team's going to give him like 10 years, because that success just doesn't seem as. But we're talking about Shohei Ohtani, so I don't know. To me, that the long term success for Shohei, I think at some point in his career, he's going to have to decide between pitching and hitting. I mean, I think you just have to at some point, 5-10 years down the road, right? He's what, 28 or something right now? Once you get to 35, 36, right? He's out. Oh my God. He just got picked off at first base. Woof. Imagine getting picked off 50 mil a year for Ohtani. Yeah, 50 mil yen for Ohtani. What's that in US dollar? He wants US dollar. Joey got caught off guard. He wasn't expecting to get picked off in the All-Star game. Clay Kershaw, the almighty competitor, then strikes out Aaron Judge. All right. Go on, Scoops. Show me something. Aaron Judge, future Red Sox right fielder, question mark? Wouldn't it be wild if that's what the Reds said? Like they lowball Devers, they lowball Xander just to get Aaron Judge. I'd rather have Xander and Devers. Hey, Scoops, come on, Scoops. Ooh, what are we swinging at there, Scoops? Come on, show me some. Pulling out. Kershaw starting this game is pretty poetic. I'm not gonna lie. Come on, Scoops. Show me something, buddy. Give me those jerseys are fresh. I might have to get an all-star jersey. A Devers All-Star jersey? I might have to cop one. Look at Devers battling against the greatest pitcher of the 2010s. I'd love Scoops to go deep. Give me a Rafael Devers home run right now. Come on. Give me some. And the umps got a tight strike zone for the home run derby. I'm not gonna lie. I like Scoop's bat. Oh, Devers did not want to walk right there. No, sir. Devers wanted to hit that ball 420 feet. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Devers hasn't been asked to be. I wonder if he has. I could also see the Red Sox being like, you're gonna hurt yourself in the derby. That's my thought process with Rafael Devers. Rafael Devers would be insane at the home run derby. But he's got such a violent swing. I don't know if he's built for the derby. Remember Vladdy last year hit a moonshot in the home run in the All-Star game. He wants to do it again. I'd rather they get rest. I mean, it's not like they're training hard or they're really playing hard during these games, you know? Like I don't think Rafael Devers or Xander or JD's really giving 110% in this game. I think they deserve the kind of stuff. Yeah, they know their limits. I mean, they're not going to go in there. Although Rafi, I can see Rafi trying to take one to planet Jupiter, right? Hurting his back, but I could definitely see the Red Sox, especially Alex Cora, being like, "Hey, buddy, like, don't do this. We need to win. We need to try and get into the playoffs here." You know. So I could see. Yeah, those are the two. Those are the two I would put there too. I would put like I don't know if like the younger kids um have the type of patience. That's Clayton Kershaw's slider might be the greatest pitch of all time. It's disgusting. Now that Devers is up, strike out the side. Or strike out two in the first inning. Come on. I mean, yeah, Rafi right there didn't even run. You just kind of moved a little bit. What is this commercial? It's a bizarre commercial. Anyways, yeah, all right. So the Red Sox are 0 for 0 with a walk in this one. Well, I guess we'll take that. I don't know if JD's. I assume Xander would get into this game probably like the sixth inning. I don't know if JD's going to get into this game. Did Jordan make the All Star team, or was it just Shohei? Because if it's Shohei and JD, that's a bit of a snub. Barry Zito's curve was sick. There are some great pitches of all time. When you look at someone like Pedro Martinez's slider or Pedro Martinez's anything Pedro Martinez had was disgusting, right? You look at Fernando Valenzuela's curveball or whatever he threw, palm ball. Um, Nolan Ryan's fastball, Randy Johnson's fastball. But man, there seems to be nothing that just like ruined like Mariano Rivera's cutter, Kenley Jansen's cutter. Although Kenley not as dominant as Mariano Rivera, but still. You know a pitch is dominant when a pitcher knows. What's up, bro? You know a pitch is dominant when the hitter knows it's coming and still can't hit it. Like Mariano Rivera had a cutter that you knew Mariano Rivera was going to throw you at least 2 cutters in that bat, and you still wouldn't be able to hit it. That's the mark of a good pitch, right? So that's what I think of when I think of Clayton Kershaw's slider. Like, you know he's going to throw it. It was a screwball? Yeah. Palm ball, screwball, whatever. But Fernando screwball. I'm trying to think of other like dominant pitches. I think you put Chris Sale's slider up there. Prime Chris Sale with his slider. That's got to be, that's got to be up there with best sliders in all of history. Did Greg Maddux have like a Trevor Hoffman's changeup? It's a good one. Pedro's changeup, yeah. I said Pedro's everything. There wasn't something that Pedro threw that wasn't dominant. That was the best thing about Pedro. What happened there? I have no idea. Of course, Rafi Rafi whips on a ground ball in the All-Star game. I love the slow-mo watching the bats. Oh, I didn't whiff on that. Never mind. We're good. J-Ram made the All-Star team, right? Had to have. There's our old Lord and Savior, Mookie Betts. I'll forever miss Mookie. He's only played 73 games this year, 20 home runs. Hopefully Mookie paved the way for Xander and Devers. We'll see. We'll see, chat. We'll see. We're just not going to think about it today. We're having fun. We're enjoying the All-Star game, chat. That's what we're doing today. We are enjoying the All-Star game. Although I had to turn the announcers off. I'm not a huge fan of Fox announcers. I don't love them. The ESPN announcers yesterday at the Home Run Derby, though, those guys were not great. I don't know if you guys watched the Home Run Derby. Great Home Run Derby, by the way. They were not very good. They couldn't keep track of how many home runs were hit. They had no idea if a ball was going out or if it wasn't. I don't know. It was weird. Wow. NL getting off to a hot start here. But it is Acuna and Mookie Betts, so can't expect otherwise. Watching Mookie do his thing makes me so sad. It really does. Was Kershaw going to be done after this year? Kershaw might be done after this year. Yeah, Berman doing the Home Run Derby was the best. It'll never be the same, but I mean, these guys didn't even know what home run was being hit. At one point, they got Juan Soto, and who was he facing in the third round? Albert Pujols. They got Albert Pujols and Juan Soto mixed up. Huh? Crazy. Crazy. We're back to Seltzers chat. We did Blue Moons the other day. Oh my god. What a play. My lord. That's an all-star game play. I'm here. I was late at bowling league. How was bowling league, Clip? I love bowling. I'm not very good at it, but I love bowling. Yeah, they did. They did. I mean, it does make the Derby a little bit it does make the Derby a little bit more entertaining, I guess. I like the 10 out too because you could get some real shots, you know. But I do. I get the 3 minute stuff. I'm not upset with it. I bowled a 668 series. Is that in 3 games you bowled 668? My God. If that's true. Oh man, Paul Goldschmidt just went yard. Wow. That was a rocket. You bowled 668 in 3 games. That's incredible. I think I've hit 200 in bowling once. And it was like the best game of my entire life. It seems like an average Tuesday for you. Paul Goldschmidt's gonna get a fat Diamond Dynasty card. Paul Goldschmidt's gonna get the best MLB The Show card ever. Have a little fun with it, Paulie, huh? This means Shane McClanahan's a little bit overrated. I mean, he shut down the Sox real well, so I can't say he's overrated. Yeah, I would love a 99 Rafael Devers so bad. Absolutely smacked. Dude needs to have a little fun with it. He just sort of like bowed his head and ran, you know? Have a little fun with it. It's the All Star break. Oh no, not Trey Turner. Man, Shane McClanahan's getting lit up here. Crazy. I'm surprised Giancarlo Stanton got the nod to start this game. I don't think Giancarlo Stanton was an all star starter. He was all right. Not an all star starter, though. Paul Goldschmidt's such a good dude. What was that? Did you hear that on the broadcast? Someone just spit on the camera. What was that? It was just like they were just talking, then I just heard someone go peh, peh in the background. The Cardinals' entire core is hard to hate. Yeah. Tommy Edmonds, such a good dude. Yeah, I saw that too. Clip. I made the picture with all of them and Mookie as the cover for this video because I had to. I was gonna put just JD, Devers, and Mookie and Zan there, but when they had Mookie in there, I was like, oh man, I couldn't get a high quality picture enough to get the Benny one in there. Can we get out of this inning, guys? It's the All Star game. Come on. Sorry, Trent. Long day. Yeah, this whole weekend with pictures of Benny and interviews with Mookie and pictures of Mookie and Benny. It's like, oh man, you know what could have been. Imagine if the Red Sox still had Andrew Benintendi and Mookie. I don't know if Andrew Benintendi would be as good as he is right now, but the Hale team looking like the July Red Sox. Yeah, right about now. It's looking like Nick Pivetta against the Yankees right now. I wonder how much tickets are to the All Star game. I don't think they can't be that expensive, right? For like nosebleeds, I would go. I'm gonna go next year, chat. I've decided. Where is it next year? Seattle. If this channel gets to like 10,000 subscribers by the next All-Star break, go to the game. Sorry, you're right, Jason. We're moving on. We're moving on from that. We are moving on. So, do you think that means that Paulie Goldschmidt will get the MVP? Probably. If this ends up being like a 1-2 game, which I really hope it doesn't. I hope it's not a pitcher's duel. I'm baffled John Schreiber didn't make it, by the way. That's my all-time snub here for this All-Star game, John Schreiber. He should have for sure made the All-Star team. I'm trying to think of other snubs that didn't. I think Dylan Cease not getting in there is crazy. I talked about Clip. I kind of what I did in my recaps. I didn't really recap anything because if you're a Red Sox fan, you knew what happened, regardless of if you watched the games or not. You knew what happened, right? So I just I talked about what was next, what the next steps should be for the Boston Red Sox, and in my mind, there are two scenarios, right? The first scenario is we're just gonna give up on the season. The front office is actually going to sell off all the big pieces, going to get something in return, or they try and load up on people. And one of the things I did mention was the fact that now you're looking at instead of bullpen help, because bullpen help would be really, really nice, but at the same time, right, you add Whitlock back into that pen. You've got a healthy Strom back after the All-Star break. Now you got a core of Davis, Strom, Schreiber, Whitlock, Houck, 5 guys. And obviously you would prefer there being more, but if you're looking at if the Red Sox genuinely want to make a push at this, you got to get a back end. You got to get a back end starter. And there's some guys that you can get. I made a video on starting pitchers that we talked about a little bit. Oh, by the way, chat, you've probably noticed in my thumbnails I don't normally put my face in them because it shouldn't be about me. But tomorrow's video, it's the longest video we've had on this channel. It's about 17 minutes. It's grading the Red Sox first half, and I put my face in it. And I'm really, really self-conscious about that. So I want you guys to comment down below if you're in chat right now. Tomorrow's video, it's coming out at 12. If you guys could do me a huge favor, just be like, hey, great thumbnail. I'd really appreciate it because I'm real self-conscious about that. I hate Salmore, Jason. I know the stats say he's been decent. He actually has been decent the last couple of outings. Face reveal, yeah. It's one of those. The worst part about YouTube, right, for me is that to get views, you gotta inject personality into thumbnails. And so what I've been doing is I've been focusing on Red Sox players because people don't come to see this face, right? People don't come to see this face. They come to talk about the Red Sox and stuff. So I make that the thumbnails. But on this video, I had to do it. So it's like this. I'll show you guys exactly the pose I did for the thumbnail. It was like this. Right? That's a typical YouTube thumbnail. I feel good about it. But also, it's embarrassing. Yeah, Sal Moore scares the hell out of me. He's had some great outings so far this year, but there have been times, man, where it just feels like that like GIF, where Bugs Bunny's playing baseball and the guys are just rounding the bases. That's what it feels like sometimes with Sal Moore on the mound. So I don't put Sal Moore into the trust category. He's in the category for me with Brazier. Everyone else feel like JD's hitting horribly, but is batting 300. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy, Blurpy. His power isn't there. That's why everyone, personally, yeah, you're right. I feel the same way. I'm like, God, JD needs to do more. And then he comes into the plate and it's like he's hitting 313. What? But it's because he's blooping these singles and stuff. It's not like he's it's not like he's hitting a double a game or something crazy like that. So I think that's why it feels like he's not hitting very well, because he doesn't have the power that he's had in the past. Yeah, Jason, but even in the first month, his power wasn't, what we've seen. All the Red Sox power is gone except Devers, just not there. Devers had 2 in the Yankees series. Vasquez had 1. Bob had 1. Downs had 1. Hey, what's up, AJ? Yeah, no, JD was hot for a while, but it was never like also Sandy Alcantara right now is just tearing AL batters up. Ew. This dude's insane, huh? Hold on. Ugh, can you hear me? I had to sneeze. I didn't want it to be super loud on camera or on audio. Yeah, JD was scorching on. He had a tough streak. He was hitting like 340 going into July and just cooled off when we needed him the most. But hitters like that, man, they don't stay that cold for long. He'll be back. Also, chat. Have you guys seen this shirt yet? Yeah, this is a shirt I'm wearing for the All-Star game. Let me pull up YouTube so I can see exactly what you guys are seeing here. Beautiful. Okay. Ugh. It says, I play baseball, I hit home runs. They pay me good. That's the Devers shirt right there. That's a prime Devers shirt right there. I had to pull it out for the All-Star game. There we go. I lost chat again. Hold on. That's amazing shirt. Thanks. Didn't he get a double-digit hitting streak this year? JD? Yeah. JD's had a great year this year. A first half, at least. Yeah, they better play him good. They have to. Clip, I've seen that too. And I'm pretty good about not firing back at people in my comment section because we've talked about it before with how big the Red Sox fan base is. There are going to be people who have just either opinions that don't make sense or opinions that don't really make sense. One of the ones that really got me, though, was they're not going to pay Xander because we drafted 2 shortstops. If you guys are wondering why they drafted so many shortstops, here's the thing, right? Jacob deGrom started as a shortstop. Miguel Sano started as shortstop. Mookie Betts was a second baseman shortstop. Jarren Duran was a second baseman shortstop, right? The most athletic people in the draft are always shortstops. That's how it goes. You guys remember Little League, right? The best player on the team always played shortstop, and that's just how it goes. So when you draft these shortstops, it's not because you want them to be a major league shortstop. It's because you love their talent and their athleticism, and you're going to see where they fit in best on this team because it's more than likely that they're going to be able to play any position to a major league level if they were able to go throughout their entire career playing shortstop, which is why for the most part, when you see drafts, right, you either see shortstop, pitcher, or center fielder, which I believe Jason just said. Yeah. Because they're so versatile, right? Like every relief pitcher started as a starting pitcher. Every outfielder started as a center fielder or a shortstop. The only time where you draft specific to position is when you draft a first baseman or, a first baseman or a catcher. And if you're drafting a first baseman, it's because you think their hit tool is just insane. And if you're drafting a catcher, again, your hit tool is just insane. Usually when you draft a third baseman, they either become a corner outfielder or a first baseman. Would you mind a Xander package for Juan Soto? I think if you have to trade Xander for anyone, I wouldn't hate that trade, right? I don't want Xander gone at all, ever. I think he should be a Red Sox for life. But at the same time, if they're like, we are simply are not going to pay anybody, Juan Soto, as long as you can hit, they'll find a spot for you. Yeah, that's my thought process too. What are my thoughts on the first 3 picks? I was honestly shocked, at least with the first round. I thought for sure they were going to draft a talented center fielder because it's just the lack of depth in the outfield. But at the same time, right, like I've been saying all along, shortstop, if you're a really great defensive shortstop, there's a pretty decent chance you'll be a decent outfielder, decent second base, whatever. So I'm not, it's hard for me to be upset about draft picks because they're 5, 6, 7 years away. Like Marcelo Meyer is a fantastic player and he has the potential to be one of the best. But at the same time, he's still 5, 6 years out. Probably 4 or 5 realistically now. But when he was drafted, he was 5, 6 years out. So it's hard for me to get mad at any of these. Kiss Santa goodbye. What's up, Eric? Eric, we're trying to have a good day. We're trying to it's the All-Star game. Vibes feel high. We're hanging out. You had to throw that one in there, huh? Yeah, you just throw that in there? Nah. I think if I said this at the beginning of the stream, Eric. I'm at the point now where if Xander makes it past the deadline, it would be absolutely baffling to me why you wouldn't sign him. If he doesn't make it past the deadline, the writing's been on the wall for a while, and I'm sad. I'm really sad. There's gonna be a really tough video if Xander gets traded. It's gonna be a tough video. We'll see. We'll see. I think it would shock a lot of people if the Red Sox get buys at the deadline, but I'm not counting it out. Like I think it would shock a lot of people, but the Red Sox need a direction, man. They can't keep doing this. Oh, we're in transition year. We're in transition year. The thumbnail for your stream makes me happy. Yeah, I know. I saw that picture. I was trying to find the one there's one with Andrew Benintendi in it too. And I was going to try and find that one, but I couldn't find a high enough resolution picture. So I went with just the Mookie one. It made me smile. They should have kept Renfroe. Yeah, hindsight's 20/20 with that, but at the same time, you look at Benelis is emerging as one of the best prospects we have. David Hamilton's one of the fastest base runners we've had in our minor league system for a very long time. So yeah, does anyone understand Bloom's thinking? That's where I'm at now, right? Like Bloom said, he's had this master plan since he's gotten here. Yet everything just they signed Trevor. It's like we're like the Colorado Rockies right now. That's where I'm equating us to the Colorado Rockies, right? Because Colorado isn't going to win anything anytime soon. Yet they're giving out these big contracts to random people, and that's what it feels like the Red Sox are doing. Don't get me wrong. I love the fact that Trevor Story is here, and I think that Trevor Story was a great addition to this team. But at the same time, if you're going to shell out that money and go over the luxury tax, why did we stop there? Why didn't we extend our keystone players? Why didn't we go pick up some more players? It doesn't make sense to me. Vasquez low-key been nice this year. I thought Vasquez got robbed for a play all-star spot. I thought he did. They got mic'd up Alek Manoah. I'm going to mute real quick. I hate that guy. Bloom is officially building the farm. You'd hoped you can keep Renfroe types who are making big bucks. Yeah, that's true. I just if I knew what the plan was, guys, I'll tell you what. If I knew what the plan was, I'd be a millionaire right now. I'd be the best damn content creator east of Mississippi if I knew what the plan was. But I don't think anyone really can figure out what the plan is. Are the prospects we got in the Renfroe trade supposed to be good? Like I said, they were rated pretty low when they got here, but Benelis is really making a name for himself in the minor league system. And David Hamilton's doing really, really well. So I think the prospect side of it worked out. But if you look at the major league level of this, yeah, it's not great. Hey, internet cutout. Can you re-say your thoughts on our picks? Sorry. Yeah, real quick. I was surprised by the picks, but I'm not overly one way or the other. I think that, I think that drafting the shortstop, the most athletic person in the draft, makes sense. Yeah, Jason, the ideology behind Bloom right now is we're going to build for 3, 4, 5 years, right? That's what at least what it seems like to me. But the problem with that is that you are not playing on a team like the Kansas City Royals, the Baltimore Orioles, the Detroit Tigers, like these teams where their markets are. If you're a fan of the Oakland A's, right, you are a fan regardless of what happens. In Boston, you're expected to put together a winning ball club every single year. Whether or not you win the World Series, different question. But you're expected by the fan base, by the front office, by everyone involved, even the players, to put together a team that can compete in this division every single year. Chaim Bloom has done that once so far. We don't know what the second half of Red Sox baseball is going to look like. We need a corner outfielder, corner infielder, and pitching for this team. I don't know about the corner outfield so much. I think you've got Refsnyder, who I think could fit in really, really well into our outfield for the second half. I think he'll get more looks. So I don't know about corner outfielder, corner infield for sure. And I think I honestly don't know if the bullpen. I've been looking at this. I don't know if the bullpen's going to be as much of an issue in the second half as it was in the first. So I think if you're looking at pitching, we need a back end starter, especially Chris Sale gone. If they want to make this push to a postseason spot, get Paul Blackburn. Get Paul Blackburn, a perfect late rotation guy, a 4-hole guy. I think Trevor Story was a superstar for the Rockies. I think he's just adjusting to a new team and a new league. Yeah. We see Trevor Story's power, right? You guys are. This is perfect that you guys is such kind of a small group tonight because tomorrow's video is literally grading. It's about this, right? It's about the first half performances of everyone on the Red Sox. And so just a little insight on what I said about Story is I think people are not giving Story enough credit. Story switched positions. He came out of Colorado, which listen, as much as you want to say like, oh, guys need to adjust and blah blah blah. To play, how many years did he play there? 5. To play 5 years in Colorado and then go from there to go from there to Boston's a huge jump. So I could see why the contact isn't there. But you look at that power, you look at the RBI total, you look at the transition, how smoothly he made it to second base. Trevor Story hasn't been a bust. I'll say that. Yeah, I agree, Jason. Why another shortstop in Meyer? Because shortstop's the most athletic people in the draft. I'll say this again. You look at DeGrom, look at Miguel Sano, look at even Mookie Betts was drafted as a middle infielder, right? All these guys were drafted in the middle infield and turned into other positions. And it's because shortstop's the best player on your team. It's pretty simple. That's why they drafted another shortstop. I don't know if he'll end up being a shortstop. He'll probably play shortstop at least his first year. But if they realize that, hey, we need a corner outfielder, I feel that Bloom is way better with minor league talent than he is with major league talent. It's just the thought process behind all this, and the more we're having come out about contract negotiations with Devers and Xander, none of it makes sense to me. There's no direction on this team right now. It scares me. People forget that Trevor Story's on a new team, come from the NL and switch positions. Yeah, and he's on a team he didn't really want to be on. Genuinely. Like, he fired his agent after he found out the Texas Rangers offered him a shortstop position, and they turned it down. So, yeah. Why didn't Jeter Downs make the All-Star team? Trevor Story was a top 5, maybe top. He had a down year last year, AJ. I would say in the last 5 years, you put him in the top 5, top 10 shortstops for sure. But last year, he had a bit of a down year. He was injured too. That's another thing too, right? People forget he's battling back a little bit from an injury. So I don't know what the second half has in store for Trevor Story. He'll come back Saturday, I think. If I'm doing my math right, he'll come back Saturday. I really hope Story kind of puts it together in the second half. I really wouldn't be shocked if some of these guys really put it together. You're starting to see Verdugo start to put it together. Vasquez has been doing it all year long. Obviously, our big 3 have been doing big 3 stuff. Man, Alek Manoah just ran through that. We could come out of the gates pretty hot here. If we can get some pitching at first baseman, we're in a pretty good spot, regardless of the standings right now. Yeah, Eric, just to go back to that, we see a lot that, a lot of the first picks in the draft, especially the first round, are either pitchers or shortstops. And that's just because they're most athletic. 2018 Story was a different story. Is that the year he won the Rookie of the Year? What was the year he won Rookie of the Year? Red Sox definitely need to target guys like Josh Bell and Luis Castillo. And while they are good targets, are the Red Sox actually looking into either one of them or possibly both? I know that they definitely checked in on Luis Castillo. The last thing I heard about Luis Castillo was that the Reds weren't planning on trading him. But they definitely checked in. So we at least know that they're looking at big guys, which is an interesting thing. It is. I don't know if I've talked about it yet on the channel, but they've been looking into Luis Castillo. Yeah. I don't know if they're looking at Josh Bell. Although with Juan Soto basically being told that, hey, you're getting shipped out if someone offers us a good deal, that could mean that their focus shifts more onto Juan Soto and they're like, yeah, whatever, dude, take Josh Bell. You know what I mean? So you might be able to get him a little bit better. What are my next videos going to be about? Well, I'll tell you, tomorrow is about grading the first half performances of every player on the team. It's my longest video. It's like 17 minutes. So hopefully you guys like that. I went through and I graded every single player, where I think they're at, where I think they can improve and stuff like that. So I think that'll be a good video. After that, we're going to do, I'm going to see kind of, because I think today's signing period, I believe, for the picks in the draft. So once that's kind of all settled down, either Thursday or Friday, I'll put out a video kind of going over why the Red Sox did what they did, and introduce you to the new guys on the team from the draft. So those are the next two videos I'm thinking. Do I think Story in the lineup could help him at all? Yeah, I think we tried him a little bit at the leadoff spot. And I think he did. I can't remember if he did well or not in that leadoff spot. But if Jarren Duran continues to kind of play very mediocre baseball, I could see them kind of shuffling Trevor. I could see them making some big changes lineup wise after the All-Star break, just to get some different looks in there. I just got the note that the 9th round draft pick was a top 200 prospect. Yeah, they're making some decent moves at the draft. I think. I don't know how much Chaim Bloom has to do with the choices. I don't think he has a lot, if I'm being totally honest with you, with the choices in the draft. I think he ends up being the one who finally says yes or no. But I think a lot of people, the team around him's the guys who are doing it. I can't believe they draft. The only thing is that if they aren't willing to pay Betts, why would they be willing to not pay Soto but trade all the top prospects for him? They're not going to trade for Juan Soto. The Red Sox are not going to trade for Juan Soto. I'd be shocked if the Red Sox even try to get Juan Soto. Can't believe we drafted so many shortstops. Graham, I'm gonna say this speech like 10 times today, I think, as people roll in. You draft shortstops because they're the most athletic people on the field. You take a look at guys like DeGrom, Miguel Sano. Duran was drafted as a middle infielder. Mookie Betts was drafted as a middle infielder. You got, when you're looking at draft picks, you're looking for the most athletic guys, because then you have options and you have the ability to say, hey, our outfield depth is terrible, right? Cedini Rafaela, the guy in the minor leagues tearing it up right now, was a shortstop, right? So you get shortstops because they're the most athletic people in the draft. They have the most versatility and they have the best chance of excelling in whatever position you put them in. That's why you go shortstops. Yeah, Soto's not happening. Man, the AL is just not doing well right now. Who do you guys think are the top 5 pitchers of this generation? I got in order: DeGrom, Scherzer, Verlander, Kershaw, and Bumgarner. Wainwright, maybe 6. Sale, Greinke. Depends on what era you're talking about. Are you talking like 2010 to 2020? Because then your list is pretty good. I would say 2010s. Yeah, I would say that's pretty close. I'm trying to think. I think I'd put Sale over Bumgarner just because of the dominance Chris Sale had at the beginning of the 2010s. Obviously, he fell off a little bit of a clip towards the very end, but I put Sale in there over Bumgarner. But Bumgarner was fantastic too, so I don't know. DeGrom, Scherzer, Verlander. I think the top 3, you go Verlander, Scherzer, Kershaw. I think those are the top 3. Yeah, King, you would have to have, your draft package for Juan Soto. You're looking at just insane picks, right? You're looking at like the top three, top five prospects in any team's prospect list. You're looking at two major league ready, high value prospects. Broken bat. Of course, the Goomba lines out. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. Um, I don't know though. I could see, like it would have to be way more than that. AJ, you're looking at like Xander, Cassis, Duran, Mayer, York, Blaze. Would probably get it done, probably, but also that would decimate essentially our entire system for 5 years to get Juan Soto, who would probably leave. Who would probably leave in what 2 years because we're not probably not going to shell out $500 million for him. So randomly, I just want to say the prospect I'm most hyped for is Blaze Jordan. I love Blaze Jordan. I would love to see him do really well, man. I'm excited for him too. Yeah, basically, Graham. I don't really want the Red Sox to make a play at Juan Soto. I think we have the pieces that we need to be a championship caliber team. I really do. I think they need to work off of that and sort of build off the cornerstone players that you have now, build around those guys. I don't know if bringing in another cornerstone player is going to fix our situation. Do the Red Sox just make major or minor deadline deals, or do they sell? Eric, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little bit of both. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little bit of both. I think they make more additions than they do subtractions, but I'm expecting some subtractions. Um, they'd have to pay him if they got him. Yeah, yeah, that's what I thought too, AJ. But again, I wouldn't be shocked if there's a team out there, the Dodgers, the Mets, the Yankees, who just say "F it, let's do it." You know, I'm gonna be honest, the Red Sox aren't my team. What is your team, King? But my girlfriend being a huge fan, there's a lot of Sox fans in the house, so I kind of got in them. I actually like your videos a lot. Thanks, King. I appreciate that. That means a lot. I'm glad this is reaching not just diehard Red Sox fans, which makes me happy because I don't want this to just be diehard Red Sox fans. Yeah, I want everyone to feel like they're welcome here. You're a Dodger fan? Well, we can forgive that. We can forgive that. I mean, it's basically 2018 Red Sox, anyways, with Price and Mookie. Red Sox would trade for Mac Jones. At this point, trade for Tom Brady. Let's see it. Um, Dodgers and Yankees don't need good pro. That's what I'm saying. Like the Mets could be a team too, where they could. He's up. He's up next. Clip. He'll probably get in one more. Like the Mets would be a team to me that I think a lot of people could. Yeah, I think the Dodgers and the Mets could be a team that just says "F it." We could just buy our way out of the hole we dig ourselves with losing the prospects. Let's go get Juan Soto. It'll be interesting. I don't know if the Yankees will do it. I mean, they're having a hard time paying Aaron Judge right now, who's literally the face of New York City. So I'd be pretty shocked. I think a lot of people are cheering for a tie in the All Star game so they can see the tie break. That'd be awesome. I think Devers will get one more at bat. I want Devers to go yard. Yeah, the Yankees Soto could hit 50 bombs a year. Yeah, it would be disgusting. That'd be terrifying. If Soto gets traded to the New York Yankees, that's the World Series. Simple. Judge for Soto. They're not going to take one rental for another rental. Although they did offer a pretty massive contract to Juan Soto, maybe they'd offer the same thing to Aaron Judge. I don't know. The tiebreak would be awful for me. I would love it. I would love it if each team, like Rafael Devers, gets sent up there against, Paul Goldschmidt. I would have a ton of fun with that. We always draft in the 20s, but still manage to draft well. So while the Dodgers have a lot of money, I think the thing that the Dodgers just buy players isn't really true. No, it's not. It really isn't. The Dodgers are as much as I loved beating them in 2018, the Dodgers are the prime example of what a team should be. It's what the Red Sox should be trying to do. It should be what the Red Sox are trying to do, which is develop and grow homegrown talent, but have the money and the ability to make sure that homegrown talent stays, and to make sure that they are able to build around it. It's such a genius model, right? Right now, you're looking at the Dodgers lineup, right? Who's playing first base? Freddie Freeman bought. Gavin Lux at second base, right? Not bought. Trey Turner was in a trade. He's got 1 year left of arbitration. Justin Turner, homegrown at third base. Will Smith behind the plate, homegrown. What's the outfield? Mookie bought. Bellinger, not bought, homegrown. Who's in right or left field for you guys? Chris Turner or just no Chris. Oh my God, what's his name? Who's the guy who hit 2 home runs in the home run in the? Yeah, Chris Taylor. Thank you. Yeah. So I mean that's exactly what the Red Sox should be looking to do. Their pitching staff's a mix of homegrown talent and added in talent, right? That's how you run an organization. And the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Mets, Cardinals, Cubs, they should all be running their organizations like that. They should be, because they have the ability to. But for some reason, the Red Sox aren't. And it's driving me insane. But we'll see. Again, I don't know that Xander Bogaerts is getting traded. I'd like to think that he's not. And if he's not, there's a decent chance they bring him back, because what's the point of holding on to him if they're not going to re-sign him? So I don't know. Graham, statistically, I don't know if that's true. I mean, people like to say that Trey Turner is better than Xander Bogaerts, but a lot of the stuff people are saying about Xander Bogaerts just simply, if you look at the numbers, isn't true. I don't know. We could compare if you want. I mean, I've been keeping the All-Star game live feed on there so you guys can pay attention to what's happening at the game, but we could always put the baseball reference on the page and go through, who's better. Put Xander up against anybody, and he's probably, right up there. I don't know if there's anyone in this league that can challenge Xander Bogaerts statistically. At least offensively. I mean, defensively too, he's having the best defensive season of his career, which isn't saying a whole lot. He's not exactly the best defender in the world. We all know that. Supposedly, there's rumors that Turner doesn't like the West Coast. Interesting. I don't know where he'd go though. Although the Yankees will be in the market for a Trey Turner type. Yeah, King, you're telling us, man. You're telling us. You're preaching to the choir here. The thought process behind trade Mookie Betts was that, hey, we're wrapped up in all this stuff. We have all this amazing talent. Let's get rid of our biggest guy so that way we have room to sign everyone else. So far, they're not doing that. So. Injury report. You guys want an injury report? Chris Sale is going to be out for at least 6 weeks. So probably September, if anything. Let's see. We got Waka, who should be back for the Cleveland series. We've got Evaldi, who's fine. Hill, I don't know. Um, I'm trying to think of who else is on the IL right now. Trevor Story will be back on Sunday. Strong will be right around there too. Christian Arroyo should be back right after the All-Star break. They're going to start ramping up Kike Hernandez again after the All-Star break. So he should be back by the end of August, by the middle of August. I saw watching the game when you got drilled right away. I knew it looked rough. Yeah. So six weeks, yeah, for Chris Sale because he had to get surgery. So that has to heal, and then you have about 4. So that'll take about a week and a half, and then you got about 4 weeks where you're not able to throw a baseball because that broken finger isn't going to be broken. Was it going to be is going to take a couple weeks to heal being broken. Then he's obviously got his rehab that he needs to go through. So you're looking at 6 weeks. I don't know if the range of motion. I don't think would be an issue. I think it's mostly just the actual bone itself needs to heal, and so that's going to take about 6 weeks. Probably 4. Realistically, it'll probably take 4 or 5 weeks. Then he'll do about a week or 2 of rehabbing and then come back. So probably looking at Chris Sale September, best case scenario. But if the Red Sox aren't in contention, I could also see him just being like, take the year off. Those kind of plays are so through. You literally have no time to react. Yeah, it's tough. Oh no, they took Rafi out. He's not going to get another at bat. You're kidding. I've been hearing rumors about Bogaerts being traded. Is that true? I hope not. I haven't. The Red Sox haven't explicitly said anything yet. I would be shocked. I personally would be shocked if the Red Sox trade Xander Bogaerts. Like, if you're looking at it from a business standpoint, it makes no sense. Could be. I think they pulled Devers and Betts because they're both not fully healthy. Just so it's a little nothing. Chris Sale's an opt out after the season, right? Yeah, he does, but there's no way he's opting out of it. No shot. I wonder how. King, you're a Dodgers fan. You're a Dodgers fan, right? How do you feel about Freddie Freeman's whole thing? I hope not. I mean, what's the point of that, Wolf? You're putting yourself in a worse position. If Xander leaves, I'm never picking another favorite player in the Red Sox. I don't want to see my players get traded. I'm the same way. Getting rid of Xander makes no sense to me. Unless you explicitly tell Xander we are not, like, there's no chance we're picking you back up. And at that point, right? What are you gonna do with what are you gonna do with Devers? If I'll be totally honest with you, like, do you think Devers? Do you think Devers will want to play for a team? I mean, when I say that Xander Bogaerts and Rafael Devers are brothers, I mean they are quite literally attached at the hip. They don't do anything without each other. They're best friends. They're brothers. How is that going to make Devers feel if he's already getting shorthanded by the Red Sox? Because that contract that came out is insane. If he's already getting shorthanded, and then they get rid of his favorite person in the entire world, plus they screw over Xander, it's not going to look good. How competitive can the Red Sox be with all their injuries and underperformances? We've seen what the Red Sox can do when they play their best baseball. They've competed against New York, right? In a 4-game series, they take 2 games. They've competed against the Astros. In a 3-game series, they take 2 games, right? We've seen how well this team can perform against the best teams in Major League Baseball when they're playing their best. The problem is their consistency. So it's not really a matter of talent, it's a matter of performance. And if they can get their performances up, we are as good as any team in baseball. But that's the problem is performances. And obviously we've talked nonstop for the last 3 weeks about the holes on this Red Sox team. In my opinion, they are fixable at the deadline. Right? To get Paul Blackburn from the A's, you're not giving up a whole lot. To get Josh Bell from the Nationals, you're not giving up a whole lot. And that puts you in a position to win ball games. You just have to actually get performances from your best players. And not even your best players, because the top three players in this team, Xander, JD, and Devers, in no particular order, have been really, really well. Have done really, really well. But you got to have those other guys step up. Doogie, who's had really tough spells this year. Vasquez has been great, but he's also had some tough spots this year. So that in my opinion is how competitive I think. I think the Red Sox could go all the way if they perform to the level that they know and we know they can perform to. It's just a matter of I genuinely think the trade deadline decides this season. That's it. I've been watching Xander since I was like 5. The Red Sox will never be the same without him. Yeah, I've been watching Xander 2013. I was 15 years old. Since I was 15 years old, I've been watching Xander Bogaerts. I've loved Xander Bogaerts the entire time. He should have been a Brave, and I thought he was going to re-sign in the offseason. I'm happy Freddie's here. He just seemed like he was a Brave for life. Yeah, it's weird. That whole Freddie Freeman stuff is crazy. I didn't know how Dodgers fans felt. Like, I would feel a little bit – if I was a Dodgers fan, I'd be a little bit like, F you, dude. Like, you literally cried when you came back and then fired your agent, said you didn't really want to be here, that you want to be a Brave the whole time. What are you doing on my team? That'd be my thought process. So I'm glad that's how you're looking at it. Who's replacing Chris Sale's starter spot now? It's a great question. No idea. No clue. I mean, they could put Josh Winkowski and Rich Hill back in the lineup when Rich Hill's healthy, but if you're going to try and go for a legitimate postseason run, you're going to go with those two guys in the back half. I mean, if you really think about it, right, you somehow win a wild card game against Toronto or the wild card series against Toronto. Now you're facing New York in the Bronx. And your lineup in a 7-game series, your pitching lineup is Eovaldi, who's been really solid this year. Pivetta, who sucks against the Yankees. Waka, who's been great this year. So maybe you do Pivetta, Waka, or Eovaldi, Waka, Pivetta, Winkowski, and Rich Hill. I don't know. I don't know about our chances there. You know. Give the spot to Daddy Cutter. True. Could be Daddy Cutter. Nate coming back. Yeah, Nate was back Friday. He did pretty well, actually. He did pretty well. I think Eovaldi will be fine. Freeman leaving the Braves reminds me of LeBron leaving the Cavs. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty similar. Although I think LeBron wanted to leave. Freddie didn't want to go. Freddie did not want to go. I cringed every time Robles came in the game. He just blows it every time. Yeah, now you guys have to deal with him. I loved Robles last year, but yeah, it was tough. I miss the June Sox. We all miss the June Red Sox. If the June Red Sox carried over into July, you're looking at us being like, if we split the games with New York and like won the series against both series against Tampa, you're probably looking at us being in second place by like 5 or 6 games. That would have been nice. That would have been real nice, especially with the way Toronto was playing. You had a chance to really solidify yourself in a spot there. Hope Matt Carpenter drops his groceries. Yeah, not happy about it. I honestly wouldn't be shocked if you didn't see him at all this year. I can't believe they took Xander out. Or Devers out. At least put Xander in now. Give me Xander or JD. Matt Carpenter steps on a Lego. Yeah, every minor inconvenience that could happen to him, I want it to happen to him. What's that song by Action Bronson, Chance the Rapper? Baby Blue. Baby girl. I think Toronto's gonna have a great second half. I don't know, man. They just can't seem to all put it together at the same time. So I don't know. It feels like Toronto hasn't been able to put together a complete team all year. So the last couple days they played the AAA affiliate of the Kansas City Royals. So I don't know. Saw us on Instagram. I want to know what y'all think. What is it? Who knows? Maybe after this break, the Sox can get it going. They have the ability to do it, man. Stan looks silly up there. Good. Um, yeah, King. All we got was saw us on Instagram. Want to know what y'all think? I don't think so, King. I don't have it set to anything. Maybe. Oh, maybe it's because I have. Hold on. I have top chat. I need to see all chat, live chat. Let me see. Oh, there you go. F Mary Kill, Nomar Ortiz Manny. I'm gonna go. Oh, Stan just took one deep. God dang it. I hate Giancarlo Stanton, man. I have no idea what I would do there. I think you have to marry Ortiz. I think I'd kill Nomar F Manny probably. I think that's where I would go. I'm going to give up my Sox fandom if the Sox don't give Rafi what he wants. He said he wants to be a Sox for life, and they better make it happen. It would simply make no sense to me. Last video was awesome. I appreciate that. I've been putting a lot more effort in it. Not that I wasn't putting effort before, but I think as we start to get more viewers and oh man, I'm behind. I didn't see Buxton blast one yet. My streams are always so behind. I'm like 3 pitches behind, I think. Your editing's getting superb. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I've been trying to, obviously I always want to make myself better. So I've been trying really hard to get these editing done right. So I'm glad you guys are appreciating it. Thank you very much. It means a lot. Maybe we will get a tie game and decide by the home run derby. That would be insane. I'm like 5 minutes behind, I think. This is insane. Where's Bogey? We want Bogey. We want Bogey. The 3-pitch home run derby would be crazy. Yeah, Buxton got a hold of that. Good Lord. Yeah, that would suck, Graham. That would suck. All right, I feel for you. But for everyone else, it'd be a ton of fun. I can't believe the day Ortiz got in the Hall of Fame and all the New York media. New York media is the worst in the world, man. Tony Goslin, letting up big flies. Now put in Xander Bogaerts. Why are we letting Tim Anderson hit again? Put in Xander, man. I love your streams because I can't watch the MLB live. That's weird. That is really annoying. I'd be annoyed with that too. Glad you're enjoying my stream though. Tony's just laboring. Yeah. I can't imagine these pitchers are throwing. Although I don't know because McClanahan was throwing 99, so I don't know. JBJ's the official Vino fighter. You're gonna like my video tomorrow, then, Eric. You're gonna appreciate it. Yeah, the AL has won what, like 14 years in a row? Crazy. Don't even say that, Clip. God, I hate Giancarlo Stanton. I'd rather the AL lose than Giancarlo Stanton win this game for us. But yeah, the New York media is some of the worst in the world, man. 8 years in a row. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy because it feels like the National League has the more talented players when you look at it. Right? Juan Soto, Mookie Betts. I hate him, but his swing is butter. Blech. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Good movie, good TV show though. A classic. You're not watching remember the live adaptation movie? You're not watching that, right? You guys still see me okay? I'm trying out a new angle for the streams. No, the live action was miserable. But I do like the old TV show. That used to be when I was a kid. I used to love that. I haven't watched that in a while. His stance is so. It really is. When I was a kid, the NL won it every year. Times have changed. It's crazy to me. I guess they both are pretty equally talented, though. Really, if you think about it, they're pretty equally talented. It's crazy the talent that we have in the major leagues right now. I mean, you think about it. There's probably 1, 2, 3. There's like a minimum 7 or 8 guaranteed Hall of Famers on both these teams. The AL just has the dogs. Put in Xander Bogart, you mother. Put in Miguel Cabrera. Why are we not putting in Miguel Cabrera? Who was on the NL team when you were a kid, Peter? What do you guys think is the greatest All-Star team of all time? That's to be a tough one. Did you guys see Aaron Judge's answer to whether or not he'll be a Yankee next year pregame? Not looking good for them, which makes you feel better about the Xander and Rafi situation. He should be a Red Sox. I would not like Aaron Judge getting signed. It's weird hearing Joe Davis to the game is supposed to buck. I never liked Joe Buck, so I'm perfectly okay with Joe Davis. He dodged the question, this poor kid Jacob, but it was so funny. He was like, they were like, what are you going to say to Jacob, who says Aaron Judge is his favorite fan and wants to be a Yankee forever? And Aaron Judge was like, there are a lot of great Yankees to root for, so don't just focus on me. Marlon Man's there. Yeah, that's exactly what he said, King. That is exactly what he said, which is hilarious. He was essentially just like, yeah, you guys were great, but yeah. So yeah. Didn't we play? Yeah, we play Renfro next week. The Brewers come into Fenway. I'm going to 2 games this week, chat, or next week once the All-Star game ends. I'm going Friday with a Blue Jays fan, so that's either going to be a ton of fun or the worst goddamn time of my life. I'm going to the first Cleveland game, and then in August I'm going to like 3 games too. I'm hitting a ton of Red Sox games this year. By August, it might be pretty cheap. Tony Gwynn, Dave Parker, Seaver, Tom Seaver, almost everyone from the Big Red Machine. That's crazy. That's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Judge is the only elite player on the Yankees. It'd be interesting to see how good, but not elite players do to carry the team. Yeah, I mean, you could put Stan in elite. I think power wise, Stan's one of the best power hitters in baseball for a very long time. But if you're talking 5 tool athletes, yeah, Judge is probably a 4 tool athlete. I wouldn't consider his base running exactly a tool. He's not slow, but do I think the Sox will make some moves at the deadline? I don't know. I really don't know if the Red Sox will make the. I don't know if the Red Sox will make the moves. I don't know if the Red Sox will make the moves everyone wants them to make. That's what I'll say. I think they will make moves, but I don't know if it's going to be the moves everyone wants them to make. Whether or not it helps the team out, I don't know. But Chaim Bloom right now has the ability to put this team in a good position to win. He does. Because despite the fact that we've lost so many games in a row and all the holes that have kind of popped up, I still think we have a decent enough team to get us in a wild card spot. And then once you get into the playoffs, everyone's like, you can't beat the Dodgers. You can't beat the Yankees, right? Everyone also said that about the Braves last year. They said this about us last year, and we beat almost all of those guys. So if you make the right moves at the deadline, you put yourself into a playoff position, anything can happen. I didn't go to any Red Sox games this year since I had a lot of work stuff. Plus, I live in SoCal, so it's a hefty trip to Fenway Park. Yeah. That's a bit of a hike. Been playing Minecraft instead of MLB The Show. I love MLB The Show. I play that the only time. That's all I play. Sox need to buy to make up for their poor initial construction. Yeah, we're either going to see one of two things. We're either going to see Chaim Bloom basically admit that he messed up and really try and make a legitimate effort on this team, or he's not going to admit his mistakes, say, it's not me, it's the players around, the players' performance, and he's just going to sell. I don't know which. I think we're going to figure out which one's going to happen come August. I think the fate of 2022 Red Sox will be decided in August, probably August 2nd. It's crazy how close the O's are to the Red Sox. The Baltimore Orioles catch them. You know how much they've underperformed. Yeah, but at the same time, too, the Baltimore Orioles have way overperformed, too. So I've been to one game this year. The person behind me got a Devers foul ball, and the person next to me, what are you doing? Are they just going straight through your hands? That's crazy, AJ. What's up, Ethan? It's a pretty penny to go to a game, I swear. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm just a train ride away from Fenway Park, so I go as much as possible. Yeah, it takes me like 20 minutes to get to a Red Sox game, so. Do you think Judge will stay in New York? We were just talking about this. I don't know. It doesn't sound like he wants to be there. But if New York offers him the most money, I could see that. There was an old man in my way. I didn't want to shove him over. Sure. Blame it on the old guy, AJ. All right. Xander has to be in the game now. I feel like JD is gone no matter what. Do Red Sox fans agree with that, or do people think he would stay for a discount? I don't really know if he's as big a trade chip as I think there are teams out there that would want him, but in terms of his trade ability, I don't know if the haul back on JD Martinez would be worth trading him. That's what I'll say. I could also see him taking a huge. I could see him taking a huge pay cut just to stay here for if we sign get to the offseason and sign Martinez for a 2-3 year deal, I wouldn't be shocked. He's a free agent after the season, yeah. If he stayed with the Red Sox, 2 years, $20 million or something like that, I wouldn't be shocked. I think Eovaldi is potentially our best trade chip with how good he is in the postseason. I don't think they're going to give up any starting pitching. But the way the starting pitching is now, unless they want to go the route of just selling at the deadline, that's when I could see Eovaldi being on the trade piece. But if they are going to want to buy in and try and get to a postseason, and make a run when they get to the postseason, you got to have Eovaldi on the team. You simply can't have a rotation that's Waka, Pavetta, Winkowski, Hill, and Cutter. That's not going to get you anywhere. Trade Matt Barnes while he's so relevant. You would get a literal bag of potato chips from Matt Barnes right now. This is good for us. We need to see getting used to it. Now we would just simply. I'll never get used to it, Gord. I will never get used to it. Just dribblers. Yeah, just base hits. I don't know. He's getting his power back lately. He had a double in the series against the Yankees. He had a home run against the other series. He had a couple doubles in the Tampa series. He's getting it back a little bit. Slowly but surely, it's coming. Kind of wild that low key J Ram's been a worse defender than Devers this year. Think Xander could go to the Hall of Fame if he keeps it up for the next 5-6 years. Here comes Albert Pujols. I want to listen to this. He didn't even get a standing ovation. Yeah, I think if Xander, he picks up a couple more Silver Sluggers. He picks up a couple more All-Star appearances, maybe another World Series. He's got a chance for sure. If you look at career numbers compared to some of the best slugging shortstops of all time, I think yeah. You got to lay one in. I almost cried when they did their ceremony for Albert Pujols at Fenway Park. I was a little baby about that. The poetic side of baseball, I love it so much. Paul, do us a favor right now and just Bogarts is in. Let's go. All right, we got Bogey in. Let's go. I actually feel the Sox should buy big because we saw last year a guy like Schwarber did. Plus, if the Sox get to the playoffs, they are dangerous. They do have a rough road to get in there. However, yeah, I mean, once you get into the playoffs, anything can happen. It's a matter of getting there. Come on, Pujols. If we do trade Bogarts, which I don't think we will, who do you think we get back? Another shortstop? We're not gonna. We probably won't move Story over. The biggest problem I have with moving Xander right now is what are you gonna do in the next 2-3 years? The prospect, your prospect pool isn't. I mean, Jeter Downs. I like Jeter Downs. I don't think he's the future shortstop for the Boston or second baseman for the Boston Red Sox. Did Pujols just go yard? Benny got it. You look at the free agent class for second baseman, right? Even if you want to move Trevor Story up there, the best option for second base at the end of this year is what's this? Rougned Odor. You guys are gonna tell me we're gonna let go of Xander Bogaerts and pick up Rougned Odor. Then you look at the shortstop side of things. You're looking at Dansby Swanson, who's having a great year, but statistically the average of average shortstops. Trey Turner, who's the same age as Xander Bogaerts with less of a longevity potential. Right? So you're looking at what, replacing him with who? Arroyo at second base? No. Yeah, Story doesn't have the arm anymore. You're right. What position does Blaze Jordan? Blaze Jordan's a third baseman, first baseman, most likely first baseman, though. They have Julio Rodriguez already at 19%. That's crazy. That's crazy. They offered Devers. Yeah, I saw that. 8 years, 168 million. Yeah, I don't know, but at the same time, right? They started these talks at the end. Maybe here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to stay positive with all these. You know, I try my best here to try and stay as positive as possible, but you see reports like that where you're starting with Devers 8 years, 168 million. That should be 8 years, $240 million. That's where you should be starting. I mean, that's laughable. It's an absolute joke. You drop off for a minute, okay, AJ. I'm surprised they're keeping Jock in this long. I just don't think John Henry cares about this team anymore, which sucks. Right? People make a good point where it's like he really cared about this team when he first bought it. He got 4 championships out of it. Now he's got the Pittsburgh Penguins and Liverpool, and the focus for them is to really win a championship there and no longer be just the Red Sox group, but be a major sports management group. And that's what sucks. John Henry's the owner of the Boston Red Sox, one of the owners. I think he's the main owner of the Boston Red Sox. Do they call up Cassis next year? Does he even possibly get a September call up this year? I think we'll see him next year. I don't think we'll see him this year. Just because, yeah, just because of the injury and stuff. I think and he wasn't doing super well in AAA. I think they're gonna let him. Yeah. But Gord, I don't know how long. Like, if he was doing that with, like the San Diego Padres is a great example of this, where they're happy to just get into the playoffs, right? Like wherever year they get into a playoffs is a success. You're talking about Boston sports. They never, ever, no fan satisfied unless they win a championship. It's true. Sup, Mayo? Sup, Brady? I'll get to that in a second. Um, so how long are you able to get away with that before it's just utter outrage and you start losing money? That's sort of where I'm at, right? How long can John Henry go and the Red Sox, whatever the effing name of the group is, the Fenway Sports Group or whatever, how long can they go owning this team before it's just mutiny? You know? Genuinely. How long? J Ram, what happened? J Ram, what happened? I was told J Ram was the best third baseman in baseball. Miguel Cabrera's up. I'm so behind. Let me see if I reset this. Let's see where I'm at here. I'm still behind. Dang it. I tried. Like, why are we not in talks for the Soto if Dodgers and Yankees are? Our firm is better than the Yankees, and our finances are in better shape than both of theirs. Yeah, I don't know because, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I also don't know if I would give up a package for Soto like that. I don't know. Boston has such a culture. Same thing with the Pats this year. Even though they lost Brady when they got in the expectation is it's to win. It doesn't matter what's going on with everything here. But it's ridiculous. what is David Ortiz doing? What is David Ortiz doing right now? He's just rolling What is David Ortiz doing? He's having the time of his life. Interview Devers. What are you doing? Oh, there he is. What are they doing? Alec Manoah definitely has booze in that cup. I love David Ortiz, man. He's the greatest goddamn player of all time. I love him so much. Ah, you could argue that we have 6. We got Durant still. I love David Ortiz. Castillo, future Red Sox, possible. 99 David Ortiz coming to the show. Let's go. I don't care how much it costs. I'm getting him. I don't think York's a bust. So he's just having a down year. Prospects are allowed to have down years. Rafaela, I honestly could see the Red Sox selling on Rafaela or York. I think one of the two. It's free. It's a Hall of Fame program. No way. I'm in. I love David Ortiz, man. Mayer's actually projected to go number 1 in this draft. So the Red Sox scooped him. He was a huge pickup. Yeah. The Red Sox scooping Mayer will be great. Oh, okay. I see what you mean, Brady. I see what you mean. Okay. See that clip of Ortiz putting vodka in his co-host water bottle? Dude, hilarious. Yeah, yeah. Frank Thomas. Yeah, David Ortiz being just a personality now is so perfect. I wish he was more of a Red Sox personality. Like I did. I wish he did more for like Red Sox media. I could do so much for him. Durant isn't a prospect anymore. You're right, but Durant could also be a trade piece too if the Red Sox really want to go all in. I, I don't know. Yeah. Give me David Ortiz 60 games a year on commentary. I'd be all in on that. It'd be such a fun time. Like imagine him and Eck just calling games in the middle of August. Oh, J Ram. Did they catch that ball? No, Jeff McNeil did not catch that ball. Man, the NL's coming out to play. They haven't really done any substitutions. Oh no, wait, they got Petey Alonso. Yeah. Soto. It would have to be the absolute perfect. Evaldi, JD, Duran, and maybe another prospect or something for J Rod. The Mariners are not trading Julio Rodriguez. If they were going to, I'm down with that. Yeah, but they're not going to. I don't think he signs with the Nats. I just don't think they can get rid of him, and I think he goes to. I think he goes to free agency because you can't really put a package together that's going to be good enough to get. You're messing me up, Brady. You're not going to be able to put a deal good enough to get Juan Soto unless the Nationals are hands tied, right? I could see him going. He's a free agent in 2 years, right? I believe. Yeah, he's a free agent in 2 years. So I could see them next year, kind of with their backs up against the wall, taking a pretty crappy package. J. Rice gonna be amazing, and the Mariners gonna waste his career like Griffey. I don't know, man. They're playing pretty good. Julio on this team would be electric. He would have a lot of fun with the monster. So maybe, wow, the Russo brothers are moving on from Stranger Things. So I don't know why I'm doing that so much tonight, chat. The first thing I look up when I hit J is Juan Soto contract. So he's an unrestricted free agent. So at the end of 2024, he's an unrestricted free agent. I don't know. He's a Scott Boras client. I could see, yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting with Juan Soto for sure. Like, I don't know if Juan Soto will be a guy. Man, my face is covered here. I just accidentally clicked on the YouTube stuff. Whatever. You guys can see the game. I'd rather that. Yeah, I don't know if they end up being able to deal him. I'm just curious as to what team has the ability to go get him besides the Dodgers and the Mets, because the Mets just simply aren't afraid to deal out. Like Steve Cohen's not afraid to spend $500 million on two players, right? Like I don't know, because there's not a ton of people that can do it unless someone just comes out of the woodworks and decimates this. Like the Tigers could probably do it, but they would decimate their system to get it, right? You're probably looking at trading Javi. You're probably looking at getting Torque, Riley Green. Most people think they're getting Soto, Devers, and all these guys who aren't going to be free agents. People kind of get it confused because there's so much talk about Devers and contract stuff that we're going to lose Devers this year too. That's not going to happen. They're not going to trade Devers. They're not going to do any of this stuff. It's scary to think about if they start really, like the Red Sox start really selling. Could Devers be on that trade block? Most likely not, but I don't know. Cubs is a sleeper. Cubs would be crazy. Yeah, people are putting in like trade packages where you get like Soto and you take on Patrick Corbin's contract. It's like, come on, man. If you're the Nationals, regardless of whether or not a team's willing to take on Patrick Corbin's contract, you're not dealing him for anything. I mean, what you have in Juan Soto is generational. Just because you take on Patrick Corbin's contract does not mean you're not going to get. I understand the trade value website's really, really good at evaluating trade packages, but if you're the Nats, you're not going to field any offers that are like, hey, we'll take Patrick Corbin off your hands, so here's their 15th round draft pick and Joey Gallo, right? I'd be like piss off, right? No, that's not going to happen. I don't think that's true, TJ. They will not trade Rafael Devers, even if they're under 500. It won't happen. San Diego could be another good decent pick for Soto, but that's another that would be a scary lineup, man. A 1-2-3 of Fernando Tatis, Juan Soto, and Manny Machado. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but San Diego. The thing is, if you're trading for Juan Soto, you have to be able to afford him. So that makes sense as to why San Diego might not be able to do it. That's why I'm saying there's really only two teams that could do it. That's the Dodgers and it's the Dodgers and the Mets, in my opinion, or a really crappy team that just simply has nothing. Those are the only two in my opinion. Or you get the sleeper team that just has no contract ties and see you later. You see the craziest trades too getting proposed. Like I saw one where it was like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. straight up for Juan Soto. Like the Blue Jays aren't going to do that. So If he's doing all this just to play Trey Turner again, that would be ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. No, Brady. No. Dodgers already have like 8 million contracts. Do they though? I mean, but that's 8 million over the course of 5-10 years, right? You got to think every year they're bringing in over $1 billion, so it's not like it's not like they're losing $800 million every year to contracts. You got to do it per annual basis. They're probably looking at 100 and something million per contract. Let's see. Dodgers spending yeah, 263 million. They're bringing in about $1 billion a year, right? So that $800 million tied up, sure, but at the same time, they're also bringing in $1 billion a year. Marlins could be decent, but no, I'm well aware of how much the Red Sox make and how much it sucks that they're not spending. I 100% agree with you, but I thought you were talking about Juan Soto being locked up. Like I don't think it's necessary for the Red. Yeah, it'd be nice to go after him, but I don't think it's necessary to go after him to have a winning ball club. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, we do. This will be the last year with Price's contract, though. I think he's a free agent after this year. Man, it was only a fifth inning, Chad. We might dip out of here at 11 o'clock. I'm tired. Yeah, this probably won't go to the fifth inning until 11 o'clock, though. I don't know. It's a fifth inning. Why aren't we in the conversation of best players in baseball? Again, because I think right now we're not focused on getting those Juan Soto. Like this is sometimes I have such a problem, and it's not so much a problem as I just don't understand why every Red Sox fan sees the free agent is like we need to get him or this team sucks, right? Like when Max Scherzer was being dealt at the trade deadline last year, everyone was like, we need Max Scherzer or this team sucks, right? That to me doesn't make any sense. When you have the talent on this team right now, you have your core pieces, focus on signing those guys. Why are we even bothering looking at, and maybe that's why people aren't putting the Red Sox in conversation for the best player in baseball right now, Juan Soto, or the best hitter in baseball right now, because we need to focus on signing our homegrown talent. We don't need superstars. Not everyone on this team needs to be a potential Hall of Famer. We need role players. You need to build a good team. Having Juan Soto, Rafael Devers, and Xander Bogaerts would be fantastic, but then who are you going to put around them? You're not going to be able to have a great pitching staff because you can't pay premiums because you're locked up in 3 major contracts. You're not going to be able to bullpen for the same reason. You're going to have to rely on arbitration guys for the rest of the players on your team, and we've seen how that worked out before. That's why everyone's so upset with them, is because we're relying so much on arbitration guys. So why are we even upset about the Juan Soto thing? If you're going to be upset about anything, we need to be upset about the fact that Rafael Devers got offered the same contract Matt freaking Olson did, who, great player and all, is not a perennial MVP like Devers is. Right? That's why I'm upset. I'm not upset about the Juan Soto stuff. It just doesn't make sense to me to get Juan Soto, especially after they trade Mookie Betts. It doesn't make sense. The idea with trading Mookie Betts was to be able to sign the best homegrown talent. Because we were so tied up at the time, we couldn't do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of Mookie Betts, free up some cap space. So by the time these guys, Xander, by the time Devers is a free agent, we will already have locked them up, and they haven't done that. If you're not going to pay Rafael Devers, if you're not going to pay Xander Bogaerts, who are you going to pay? And that's why I'm upset. I'm not upset that they're not going after Juan Soto at all. Yeah. It would suck if he went to the Yankees, but yeah. Benintendi's going to be traded almost for sure. Do you think the Sox fan call for wanting him back since JBJ isn't that good? They've already started, yeah. Again, another guy I don't think the Red Sox go after just because he's not vaccinated. So if we're going to play in a playoff spot, he's going to be essentially useless, especially because we'll most likely have to face the Blue Jays at some point in the playoffs, especially within the position we're in right now. Think we are losing Xander or Devers at the deadline? I really, really don't think we're going to get rid of Xander or Devers. Xander, I'm less sure about. I would say 75% chance that he's still here after August 2nd, but there's always that small chance that maybe maybe they decide that they're just going to go for it and sell everyone off. TJ, I'm totally agreeing with you. I'm totally agreeing with you on all fronts. I'm saying I don't understand why people are upset that the Red Sox aren't going after Juan Soto when they should be upset about the fact that we are essentially giving up on Rafael Devers and Xander Bogaerts right now, which is stupid. Yeah, I think we win the World Series if we had pitching last year. Devers long term would hate to see my favorite player Bogey walk, but would rather walk off Bogey. But here's the thing too, is where everyone's like, like why are we mentally being like, if we have to let go of one of these guys, I'm gonna let go of blah blah blah, right? That's insane. We're the Boston Red Sox. We shouldn't have to decide between Xander and Devers. We should be giving them both. We have plenty of cap space to get both. You're getting rid of your David Price's contract is out the window. You're done paying him. Nate Eovaldi, JD Martinez, Christian Vasquez, Kike Hernandez. I'm forgetting a ton. Strom's a free agent. Michael Wacha, Rich Hill. Right? So you're probably not re-signing JD. As much as I love JD and love to see him on this team, you're not re-signing him for that, 18, 20 million a year he's making. Nate Eovaldi's a question mark. I really don't know which direction the Red Sox go with that. You've got David Price's contract coming off, so that's about 18 million. You've got Michael Wacha and Rich Hill combined, that's about 10 million. You've got Strom. I don't know if they pick back Strom up. I heard a rumor he wants to be a starting pitcher. I don't know. I'm trying to think of other. Kike, he'll probably get paid a lot by someone else. Vasquez, I don't know what happens with Vasquez. So you've got the room to get both, which is insane. Bogaerts and Trey Turner, it's not even a question. Does Xander still have the highest WAR for shortstops? I'm looking to see if they go by position, right? Pitcher WAR, league, team. Let's just do this. Shortstop. Dansby Swanson's got a higher WAR. And Trey Turner has a higher WAR, but only by 1.1%. So, and he has more plate appearances. So I don't want Trey Turner. I don't. I mean, maybe they go after Dansby Swanson, but I would rather have Xander Bogaerts and Dansby Swanson because you're getting about the same player, but Xander Bogaerts means more to the Red Sox. Xander's the best fit for this Red Sox team at shortstop. It's no question. At least for 3 or 4 more years. And then you sign him to a 5-6 year deal. You have him DH or move to third base or something, That's the other thing too, TJ. You know, when you're looking at Xander, it's a guy who we know can perform in big moments for the Red Sox. Hell, he leads the Red Sox. He's the leader of the Boston Red Sox. Trey Turner wants to go back east. I have a bad feeling the Yankees are going to go all in on Trey Turner. They need a big time shortstop, and I feel like Trey Turner could do that for the Yankees. It's tough. It's tough when you're looking at our homegrown talent, looking at how we've handled perennial homegrown talent in the past. John Lester, Mookie Betts, and to be honest with you, there's nothing saying to me that they are going to offer these guys these contracts. The only thing I can do is just stay positive about it. August 2nd will be the truth here. Yeah, but you're also talking about the New York Yankees, TJ. I mean, well, if you look at the Red Sox, you got 167 million, something like that, tied up in Trevor Story. If you re-sign Xander, you re-sign Devers, you're probably looking at hopefully somewhere around 6 years, 180 million for Xander, or 5 years, 150, and Devers should be like 8 years. God, I can't do math right now. $300 million, somewhere around there. The Red Sox traded Mookie for Verdugo, Connor Wong, and Jeter Downs. Yeah, I mean, Yankee fans are in the same boat right now for sure with Aaron Judge. I don't know, Chad. It's frustrating, and I get I totally get the people um, that are like, there's no way they keep him. They're gonna trade him just like Mookie. They blah 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 blah. You got like I know why you're saying that. I just the only thing I can say to you is that this feels different to me. It does. It feels different. Whatever happened to Matt Barnes? He went on the 15-day IL, and now he got moved to the 60. I don't know. I just don't think they want him on this team, and aren't going to admit that they're wrong. Essentially. Speaking of Xander, let's see some Xander. Come on, Xander. Show me something, brother. Come on, Bogey. That is probably pretty weird to be the only representative from your team. Did you guys see the A's try to send Paul Blackburn commercial to the All-Star game? That's hilarious. It's the most ace thing of all time. Like, everyone else got these private jets, is lavish, like, congratulations. And Paul Blackburn gets a ticket to American Airlines. So funny. Ah, man, Bogey. It's got to be a weird feeling to strike out the All-Star game, because it's like, do I really care about this? Probably not. But at the same time, like, damn, I really wish I went yard at an All-Star game. It's probably a weird thing. Yeah, you've probably seen half the league by this point. What's my World Series prediction if I were to choose right now? That's a good question, actually. It would be kind of wild to see a Mets Yankees World Series. It would be. Obviously, I'm rooting for the Mets in that situation, but it would be kind of just like historically pretty cool. Um, but I don't. It's kind of still up in the air right now. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I would go Dodgers Astros just because I can't physically get myself to put the Yankees in the World Series. Dodgers Astros probably would be my guess right now. Wolf probably don't mind my logo. Yeah, I figured you were from somewhere in California because of the Raiders logo. Are you still rooting for them now that they're in where are they? Las Vegas? Las Vegas Raiders, yeah. Sox 2023 infield if worst case scenario before the deadline. Why are you doing this to me, TJ? Arroyo at third base, Downs at shortstop, Story at second base, Dahlbeck at first, Connor Wong. It would be Cassis at first base, TJ. But yeah, that looks terrible. I'm looking forward because it's funny, right? If the Red Sox get into the playoffs and they lose first round, no one, and I mean, look at my comment section right now. Go to my last video. Tell me how many of those people expect the Red Sox to be in a playoff position, right? They make the playoffs and lose first round, everyone's happy, which is sad, right? I mean, not happy, right? But they beat expectations. But if the Yankees get bounced first round, man, oh my lord, that would be insane if they got bounced first round. And I would love it. I would be so happy about it. I feel like this year it's harder because of those four core teams. Yeah, I mean it's really, really. And then you look at these hot teams like the Seattle Mariners. You look at could the Blue Jays come back and have a strong second half? You look at trying to think of the National League guys. The Braves could come back. The St. Louis Cardinals are always a threat. You know, it's tough to pick the World Series. Like last year, how many people had the Braves win the World Series? People were telling the Braves to sell. People were telling the Braves at the deadline to sell. Sound familiar, chat? Everyone said they had too many holes. No, people will want Dahlbeck. He's got enough upside still. Imagine that infield. I mean that's it's so frustrating because that's the best case scenario, TJ. And you're looking at Devers, Bogarts with a new gold chain. I like that. Story, Cassis, and Vasquez. Hey, what's up, Grandstand? Hey, chat. I don't. This is kind of you kind of popped into the wrong. You kind of popped into the wrong live stream, Grandstand. But hey, have you put out the David Ortiz video yet, Grandstand? Um, yeah, TJ. Like you're looking at that's a World Series caliber infield right there. For sure. Especially if Cassis turns out to be the prospect that we think he can be. Seriously. That is a World Series caliber infield, and it blows my mind that the right now the Red Sox are like on the left side. Shortstop, third base. We don't need them. In 5 years we'll have Mayer. But yeah, no, Tav. Dahlbeck is yeah, Dahlbeck still got value because he's so young. Yeah, Cassis got injured. He was in. I always forget the name of the league down there. God, FCL or FGL, one of the two. He's rehabbing now. He actually his first outing he went 3 for 5 with a double and 2 singles. So he's coming back. He'll be good. He will be good. All right, Chad. On Friday, it's in AAA in Pawtucket. Nah, they moved to Worcester. Um, What was I gonna say? I'm trying to say two things at once here, chat, and I'm completely forgetting. Oh, everyone check out Grandstand Production on Fridays. There is a surprise in their video. That's all I'm gonna say. Check it out on Friday. Great YouTube page, by the way. Grandstand Productions in the chat right now. Shoot them a sub if you haven't already. They do good work over there. Pitching one World Series and our bullpen and starters are questionable. I don't even know. Our bullpen has been rocky this year, but right, you get rid of Robles, you don't have Barnes anymore. Get rid of Robles, you don't have Barnes. You got Whitlock back in there. You put Houck into a specific position. You got Strom, you got Davis, you got Schreiber, right? So I don't know if our bullpen is in as bad of a spot as it was 3 weeks ago. Starters for sure. Starters we need at least one back end guy if we're gonna need a back end guy if we're gonna make a push in the playoffs for sure. Yeah, I love Sox Stadium. When is your next Red Sox live stream going to be? That's a good question. I will let you know this weekend on one of my videos, Wolf. It's either going to be Tuesday or Wednesday. I got to figure out what my schedule looks like. I can't remember what day I'm going to the Red Sox game during that week. The Sox pen was actually ranked like top 12. Yeah, they had a great June. You start to get rid of some of those pieces that before were really hurting you, and you look a little bit better. Thanks for the shout out, bro. Yeah. Grandstand does good work over there. Yeah, they got a nice little video coming out on Friday, so take a look at it. Why did we move Houck to the bullpen? Did he get rocked as a starter? No, he didn't get rocked as a starter. It was mostly because what I think happened is once the Red Sox went to Toronto, they saw that this was their opportunity to see what Garrett Whitlock would look like in the rotation, so they kind of flip-flopped them. And Houck's been great out of the bullpen. Whitlock was a little bit of a different story as a starter, but now he's back in that bullpen. He's been lights out so far. Yeah, Castillo or Montas would be huge. When then Sale gets healthy in the postseason, you get Nate. And one of those two guys I mentioned, it looks more promising. Even if we don't get the big name, right, Castillo or Montas, but you still look at the Reds and you get Maile or you get Paul Blackburn from the A's. Both of those guys would help this rotation a ton. You're talking about Chris Sale, who's out 6 weeks, best case scenario, which I'm going to assume is what we're going with here. Best case scenario, 6 weeks. So by the time the postseason rolls around, if you're in a postseason spot, right, you don't have to give up a ton to get Maile. You don't have to give up a ton to get Blackburn. And now your rotation looks something like Eovaldi, Wacha, Sale, Pivetta, maybe even not Pivetta, or Winkowski, Hill, one of those two, and not Frankie Montas, Paul Blackburn or Tyler Maile. That seems like a pretty winning rotation to me. If you only have Nate, then you're gonna have some disadvantage every playoff game. It's gonna be hard for the offense. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Do I have any bogey? I've not even put a single ounce of thought into it, Eric. I'm gonna be totally honest with you, and I know I should as a Red Sox content creator. I should be one of those guys it's open to all. It's open to all possibilities, and I should be making videos on that kind of stuff, but I can't bring myself to do it. That is the one thing in this. Eric loves bringing me on rants, and here we go because I need other people to hear this too. If there's one player I'm going to be biased about, it's going to be Xander Bogaerts. He's been my favorite player since probably 2016-ish. One of our main issues is that our 6 through 9 batters combined are ranked 28th. Yeah, that's not good. Josh Bell would fix that. I think Trevor Story getting a little bit hot would fix that. I think if you add Josh Bell in, right now your 6 through 9 is something like, so you're looking at that lineup, right? And you're going either Duran, Kike, whoever in the leadoff spot, right? And then you get Rafi, Xander, JD. Then you go Doogie, Story. So Story 6 or Josh Bell. And then 7's Josh Bell. And then 8, Vasquez. And 9, Jackie Bradley. Wow. Wow. That seems like a productive lineup to me. Prediction for the second half? That's a good question. I think is that Chris Taylor at the plate? No, it's Dansby Swanson. I was gonna say, what is he doing at the plate? Um, predictions for the second half. I think it goes one of two ways. I think everything depends on the trade deadline. If we buy the trade deadline, I think we end up in a playoff spot, and then we know the Red Sox in playoff positions. If they end up selling at the deadline, the season's over August 2nd. That's my realistic prediction. We'll see. I would target Soto, the reliever from Detroit, too, since they suck and the bullpen could always use help. We're not going to target Juan Soto. We have too many homegrown issues to even bother bringing in another guy. How is everyone no Xander trade? Sign him now. Salty, yes. Oh, I'm an idiot. Yep. I got it now. I thought you meant Soto and the reliever from Detroit. I was like, what are we talking about here? Yeah, I like Gregory Soto. The problem with Gregory Soto is that he's left-handed. I think you have too many left-handed. I like Michael Fulmer from Detroit. He's a true setup guy, which the Red Sox could really use right now. And with Gregory Soto, true too, you got a lot of lefties in that bullpen. Tommy Pham, Eric Yeager loves Tommy Pham. Can Tommy Pham play first base? I think I already asked you this, Eric. I can't remember the answer. Right, so you look at the options that are available and these big name guys, right? But we don't need big name guys, and that's what makes me so frustrated. We don't need big name guys. We just need guys that get the job done. Preach, Salty, preach. Let me see. Tommy Pham has ever spent time. I can't see chat when I'm Googling stuff right now, which is a little bit frustrating. Actually, I might bring that in a little bit just so I can see you guys. There we go. Let me see. Positions. Batting, fielding. Let me see. Outfield. He's an outfielder. Let's see what he's bagged. 242 this year. I mean, better than Jackie Bradley Jr. What is he, lefty or righty? He's a righty from Cincinnati. Yeah, I mean, he's a little bit of a psychopath, too. He tried to fight Jock Peterson. He slapped Jock Peterson in the face. Talbot is a negative 1.1 more. Awesome. Fantastic. Oh, God. We need Bob traded. I love Bob to death. We need Bob traded. Just simply need him. Tommy Pham's played on a couple teams. St. Louis, Tampa Bay Rays. When was Tommy Pham? 2018? Really? San Diego, Cincinnati. I mean, yeah, but we have a Tommy Pham already on the team, and his name's Rob Refsnyder, which is why I don't understand why Rob Refsnyder's not starting every day. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the first half. Because Bobby has a lot of potential, man. He just hasn't been able to put it together. But we can't sit here and wait for him to put it together. It's just not feasible. What's the kid on Cincinnati? What's his name? The corner infielder. Someone's going to tell me. Or I'm going to remember one of the two. Walker Drury. Oh, apparently he is the Killer Moth, supervillain in DC comic books. Brandon Drury. You're mixing two people up here, Eric. Yeah, he does. Yeah, they can't afford that. They simply can't afford that. Brandon Drury is the guy I'm thinking about, but who's the guy you're talking about on the Diamondbacks, Eric? Brandon Drury is the guy I'm talking about. It's funny that guy, his name combined is a comic book villain. That's pretty funny. Doesn't really tell me what position I really hate MLB's statistics page. It's terrible. Where the Baseball Reference first one? I missed it. I'm trying to see. Yeah, I mean Brandon Drury would be a guy that you could get third baseman, second baseman, outfield. I mean, he could probably play first base, right? I would assume he could play first base. What was the name? Walker. Christian Walker. Is that it? Yep. First baseman hitting 204 this year, but he also has 22 home runs. Yeah, I'm in for that. 22 home runs. Is he a free agent after this year? Yes. Well, no. But also, who really cares? He is great defensively. Oh, wait. That's not defensive metrics. He's great defensively. Fantastic defensively, actually. 13 defensive run saves. He was 4th last year in errors committed by a first baseman. Yeah. Certainly not making the Hall of Fame. But yeah, I'd be down with that too. There are a ton of great options for first base. A ton of not really expensive options either. Yeah, I'd be down for that. We got 120 OPS plus, which is what 30 points better than Bobby or Franchi. Which kind of sucks for Franchi because he really should get some reps in left or right field because he's a pretty decent right fielder. If you're selling at the deadline, if they end up being sellers at the deadline, I wouldn't be upset with JD or Evaldi being traded. I would be rattled if Xander Bogaerts got traded. Or they're not trading Rafael Devers. They're not that stupid. Yeah. Garrett Cooper would be another good option too. He's a free agent 2024, 26 years old, hitting 283 right now, 122 OPS plus, 7 bombs, 40 RBIs. Yeah. Yeah, no, Franchi's had a tough stretch for sure. I'm not saying Franchi's lighting the world on fire, but what is Jackie Bradley Jr.'s offensive numbers this year? Only Bogaerts has decent trade value? No, there are people with other decent trade values. JBJ currently has a 51 OPS plus. He's 50% worse than a regular player. Mancini's not coming. Imagine the Cardinals. Imagine the Cardinals trading away Trey Mancini. The Orioles trading away Trey Mancini right as they get good. That'd be such a slap in the face. They're not going to do that. Mancini's going to be an Oriole for a long time. Yeah. Plus, the O's aren't going to be. Okay. In 261 plate appearances for Jackie Bradley, he has 70 total bases. That's crazy low. To put that in perspective, yeah, he's been rumored. A lot of people get rumored, though, Jason. And if they're going to trade him, they're not going to trade him to the Red Sox, especially because they're trying to leapfrog the Red Sox right now. No shot. What is his standard fielding? I mean, he has a -1 defensive run saved. He's not even that great in the outfield. I mean, he's made some great catches, but just dreaming. They trade Renfroe for the prospects. They didn't trade Renfroe for Jackie Bradley. Yeah, just for poops and giggles here. Let's take a look at Trey Mancini. Yeah, he's about everyone. 277, 119 OPS plus, only 9 home runs, not lighting the world on fire home run wise. 37 RBIs. Yeah, I mean he'd be a great addition. They're not giving us Mancini. Trying to go under the other. I mean, the main target right now is Josh Bell, who's having an insane year. 159 OPS plus, 311 batting average, 13 home runs. Like he would bolster this team so well. Um, Will Myers, I could take a look. I don't think Myers is having a good year, from what I remember. We'll take a look. Will Myers. Yeah, 71 OPS plus, 20 points worse than Bob and Franchi. Hitting 234, one home run, 19 RBIs, 134 plate appearances. Yeah. Will Myers isn't exactly lighting the world on fire. He had a great year looks like his best year was 2020, but that was a Mickey Mouse season. So I don't know if Will Myers would be a good position, would be a good guy for the Red Sox to grab, because they need immediate results, right? We can't take a risk on someone. Although obviously Will Myers isn't exactly a risk. He's proven in the major leagues. I'm saying, like, to get better in the second half, they need someone who's good in the first half and hope that they continue that in the second half. Renfro's been hurt a lot this year too, so you guys got to remember that. I mean, they kind of got. We would be in the same exact position right now with Renfro. He's only played in 59 games. I mean, he's been good in those 59 games. Don't get me wrong, but he's only played in 59 games this season. He has a negative. Who? Will Myers? Yeah, I don't love Will Myers in terms of option, regardless of the trade value. Yeah, Hunter Renfro, I think in hindsight, we'd love to have. We'll see how the prospects work out. I mean, they sold high on him, right? Last year was his best year. Yeah, last year was the second best year of his career. Most home runs, most RBIs. So I don't know. Yeah. I mean, things could of course be different. We could have gotten a better JBJ than we got, I don't know. Those sort of questions. It sucks to look back on and see it, but in the time it made sense. Myers Padres without a prospect. Yeah, but the problem is, if you're gonna try and fill these holes, why would everyone's complaining about how Heim Bloom only cares about prospects, he doesn't care about the big league team. That would only add to it, man. That would make things way worse. You know? Need some power in that outfield? Yeah, you do. I love Doogie, but no power this year. He's gotten unlucky a lot, though. I think Doogie has a big breakout second half. I do. I think Doogie's gotten unlucky the first half. I think he's got a big second half in him. I mean, well, yeah, but what is your outfield right now? I think Rob Refsnyder needs. I think he needs more looks for sure. He's got a 156 OPS plus right now, hitting 338 in 29 games. Even last year, where he played in 51 games, right? He had a batting average of 245. That's better than Jackie. I don't understand why we're not bothering trying with that at all. Yeah, that's exactly what my thought is too, Jason. Yeah, right now, Verdugo's got a below average OPS plus. He's got the second worst in a full first half. He's got the second worst average he's had. Like, no home runs. Yeah. I'm hoping that they got the beginning of his peak. And then Jaron Duran probably not doing great. Yeah, he's got a 91 OPS plus, hitting 252. He's almost back right down to where he was he's got about the same amount of strikeouts he had last year he had 40 strikeouts in 33 games last year and 30 strikeouts in 28 games this year. Yeah. Does it sell? I mean, I'm sure it does somewhere, but at least his OPS is a little bit higher. His on-base percentage is not great. What's up, Griffin? Swallowing salary to get prospects, sell mode tactic. That's what I'm saying. Like, if they're going to sell, maybe, but at the same time, I mean, you add one prospect to that? I don't know. David Hamilton should be really good. He just needs a hit for average. What is David Hamilton hitting for right now? This is just turned into looking at what's going on with the Red Sox stream instead of the All-Star game. David Hamilton. They don't even come out on minor league players. There we go. This is probably who I'm looking for. Yeah, he's got 232 average. 80 strikeouts in 73 games. Need to get that down a little bit, huh? But 40 stolen bases. That's pretty crazy. 7 home runs. This kid could be pretty good. What's Pinellas hitting at? The only Alex Pinellas ever played. 245, but he also has 14 home runs and A+. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Yeah, I think both those guys could be pretty good. Again, make more contact, less Ks. He's gonna be elite. Yeah. What's his Ks per game? Why don't they give us? They give us such crappy statistics for minor league players on Baseball Reference. I think is Billy Hamilton with the Marlins. I think I remember him being with the Marlins for some reason. He has 69 strikeouts in 58 games. Not exactly fantastic. But he's also still young and A+, High A. Well, I'll take a look for you if you want. Billy Hamilton. He's had a long career, almost 10 years. Seattle. He's with Seattle. Oh, no, he's with the Miami Marlins. I was right. Yeah, David Hamilton could be crazy. This is another guy we should have probably, if we're gonna get over the luxury tax, we should have gone after Schwarber again. That's just my opinion. Why go into the luxury tax like that just to not get anyone to help? Yeah. The second half's gonna be so stressful. Chad, I'm gonna end this live stream at 11. And you know what's gonna happen too is I'm gonna end this live stream and they're gonna tie it up and go to a home run derby or something ridiculous like that. That's what's gonna happen. But we'll hang out for 15 more minutes. I gotta get up early, which sucks. I mean, what inning is it right now? So yeah, it's the bottom. So this game won't be over till 11:30, 12. Rate Bloom's performance. Check out my video tomorrow, Eric. 12 p.m. It's coming out. I'm rating everybody on the Red Sox performance. Everyone. Billy Hamilton has a negative 18 OPS plus this year, by the way. That's insane. But yeah, you're getting the Bloom rating, you're getting the Alex Cora rating, you're getting every player's rating. I use Bloom as sort of the front office in general, but Hein Bloom. So if you want a sneak peek, it's not good. At least for the first half of 2021 or 2022. Sorry, I don't even think Hein Bloom was that good. What was? Billy Hamilton was never a great. How did Billy Hamilton never lead the league in stolen bases at any point? That's crazy. But if are you talking all time, Eric? Or you're just talking this year? Because this year, all my opinions are going to be out tomorrow on that video. Also, chat, like I said, because he didn't get on base. Good point. Like I said, tomorrow is the first time I'm using my face in a thumbnail. I'm real self-conscious about it. Do me a favor. Don't crap on me too much. I'm nervous about it. I don't really like using my face in thumbnails, but I had to for this one because it made sense. It was the only one that really made sense for it. So I can show you guys the picture I used. You guys are gonna laugh. Taking a picture. Ding, ding, bing, bing, bing. Oh no. Nah, I mean I just look like a regular like a professional YouTuber now. I had to do it once, Chad. You know I had to do it once. It'll be pictures of Red Sox probably for the rest of the year. Yeah, salty, I know. And I'm gonna get torched. I'm gonna get absolutely torched. I'm used to getting torched in the comment section though. I used to take it so personally. No, Wolf. I decided to completely avoid that topic and just go and just talk about the future. I can't talk about that last Yankees series. Yeah, I used to take, people disagreeing and saying that my takes was bad so personally. And now, you get to the point where you realize that there's just so many different opinions amongst Red Sox Nation specifically. And especially when they're doing bad, everyone has an opinion on, what's the best move for the Red Sox and what's not the best move for the Red Sox and stuff like that. So, you guys want to see the picture? Okay. You get a little sneak preview. Let me see if I can even do this. I should be able to do this. What the heck is this? Oh, no. Okay, hold on, chat. We got something weird in my... Okay. Okay. Oh, man. I don't know why I'm showing you guys this. You'll see it tomorrow. You guys ready? 1, 2. I'm putting it up for 5 seconds. You guys get 5 seconds. Tell me that's not a reactive. This is a reactive. This is perfect for a reaction chant, for a reaction time, for a reaction video. This is perfect. Look at that. Right? Perfect. If you missed it, too bad. I'm not showing it to you again. Shoot, I don't remember which ones. Game day. I hope this is the right one. Yes, it is. Okay. Mommy tucking me into bed tonight. No, Eric. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. It's the worst being in the Red Sox community right now. Yeah. People are miserable. There's really nothing I can say or do or stop them. Yeah, it sounds about right, Eric. Or, sorry, Eric, not Eric, Griffin. Yeah, Griffin, it's a ton of fun. But I got a thick skin now. Take the background out and backdrop Fenway. What do you mean? Like when I'm doing videos? No, I cut. Don't worry. It's not just that picture. It's not just that picture. I did my editing magic. Don't worry. It's not gonna be just that picture. Do you guys want me to show you the thumbnail? I'll show you the thumbnail. Better than any picture I could take. Yeah. Eric, I think you were the first person that really toughened me up. But we also, Eric, as much as we disagree on a lot of stuff, we can also find common ground on a lot of stuff too. There's a couple people on this channel who there's just simply no reasoning with. I love them. I love them all. I love everybody who watches my videos, but there's no reasoning. Yeah, I was thinking about getting a green screen, Griffin. But I like the idea of having, it shows, I like showing off my stuff a little bit, honestly. I like showing off the. I wish I could get the baseball cards in a more clear picture because there's so many great baseball cards up there. We have, I have Seabold's autograph. I have Hauk, Whitlock, Euclid is up there somewhere. JD. I got a couple different Hauk and Whitlock ones. I got Verdugo somewhere in there. Bob, I got a couple of, which was kind of a mistake now. I got a Benintendi one. I got Trevor Story, Nick York, Xander, Devers, Duran. Like, I wish there was a better way to show those off a little bit. I'll figure it out. The first ever, thanks to you guys, the first ever paycheck I'm gonna get from YouTube. We are buying a new mic. That's for sure. I'm sick and tired of everyone being like, your mic, halfway through the live stream. And I always hear, I don't know if you guys hear, but there's a little crackle sometimes in my videos. That's frustrating. All right, Chad. After this happening, I'm heading out, man. This was gonna be a more casual one, anyways. I just wanted to sneak one in during the All-Star break. So we weren't gonna do one. I'm going to Fenway on Friday, and I don't have time to stream Saturday or Sunday. I'm trying to think because I have Tuesday off too. Where do I get my signatures? I just Tops certifies the signatures, so I just buy them. But if you take a look, I'll bring up that thumbnail of me again, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Actually, I can just do this. You have some intriguing news on Boston. What's that? I'm gonna make this small just a tiny bit. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. See right up here. Right up here are all my best baseball cards. So I don't know. Can you guys see my? You guys can't see my. Yeah, you guys can't see my mouse. So from Xander's bobblehead over, it's JD, Kevin Youkilis, Garrett Whitlock, Tanner Howe, Connor Siebold, and then underneath too, there's another layer here behind the Wicked Big Sox fan sign, and that's another Whitlock, Hauk, Verdugo. I think I have a Bob one up there, and there's one more I'm forgetting. I don't know actually who that fourth one is, and then. Down here, this is Jarren Duran right under the bobblehead. And then next to the bobblehead is Rafael Devers, Xander Bogaerts, Trevor Story. There's a Benintendi one under that. And then there's a Nick York one there. So it's just sort of, yeah, it's not, see, you can see kind of, see where my hand is? Yeah. I'll see if this helps. Does that help a little bit? No. Usually it focuses them in. Anyways. Those are my prize baseball cards. Let me make this back to bigger so you guys have an idea of what's going on here. There you go. What's the intriguing news, Griffin? You're killing me. Tell me. I'm going to sneeze again. Griffin, I never figured out how to use Discord. So you're going to have to just tell me. I never figured it out. Really? Who are your sources, Griffin? Not to spoil those editions. Where are you getting your information from though? Like, is this someone from Bleacher Report who's close to the Red Sox? Don't tell the editions. I don't want to get you in trouble. But just confirm, are these from sources from Bleacher Report or no? Incorrect. What does that mean? So it's not from Bleacher Report, it's just someone you know? Rylan Helsley just threw 100. Just 230. Yeah, if it's part of your job, Griffin, don't tell us who the players are, what additions they're trying to make, but just tell me where you got it from so I can see if it's a legitimate thing or not. How do you know these people? But that's fantastic news. Like I said in my video, I wouldn't be shocked if the Red Sox are still buyers of the deadline. I still think you can make a push with this team. So that's fantastic news. Hopefully you're right. It'll be interesting to see. Good relations with Mr. Henry. You have good relations with Mr. Henry? Why have you not hooked me up? What are we doing here, Griffin? What are we doing here? Help me help you. Help me help you, you know? You've tried? What have you tried to do? You've tried to show him my YouTube? First time in the stream. What's up, Tyler? Welcome in. Yeah, that is good news from Griffin. Tyler, you caught it at a bad time, man. Maybe we'll go to the end. Maybe we'll go to dude, I don't get notifications for halftime, and I can't figure out Discord. Let me look at halftime right now. I'm not getting any notifications from halftime. Hold on. I'm looking, Griffin. Let me see. Mod messages? Is that where? There we go. I thought there was going to be more action. The first thing was action packed, and then downhill. Yeah, this All Star game has really not been exciting. Besides the Byron Buxton moonshot, I missed the June Sox. Yeah, we all missed the June Sox. I'm like a 50-year-old man when it comes to technology, Griffin. You got to understand that. Basically, it's a chat chain with 2+ people that talk. That's it. So all Discord is a voice channel. This All Star game is boring. Yeah, it's tough. I'm about to head out. To be honest with you, I did it. Okay. I gotta get up for work in the morning. It doesn't look like, unless they do some stupid thing where they purposely rig it for the ninth inning to tie it up to get to that home run derby break. Ugh. All right. So now that you know I can communicate on halftime, Griffin, tell me what you need to tell me on there. I don't really love the idea of Discord, if I'm being honest with you. It doesn't sound like something I'm super into, but I do love halftime. And now that I know how I turned on notifications for halftime, anything you need to tell me on there. I promise I'll answer now. I promise. I'm gonna be good about it. Helsley's kind of nutty, huh? Oh my god. Sounds good to me. Okay. All right, do you still have a Red Sea Radio Discord set up? If you want to run that, you can go for it. Get people on there. Because yeah, I don't know if I'll ever be into running that. So if you want to run it, man, it's all yours. I know you're busy with that Bleacher Report stuff, but Anyone down to join? Yeah, anyone down to join the Red Seat Radio Discord? Yes. Yeah, throw it in there, Griffin, if you want. I trust you. Would anyone be interested in a Red Seat Radio Reddit? Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Griffin. I might do Tuesday this. What do you guys care if I do Tuesday or Wednesday this week? It'll be against the Guardians. Right? I like the Tuesday. I like the Tuesdays though. Kind of middle of the week, that hump day thing. Maybe I'll just stick with Tuesday next week. So we'll do Tuesday at 7:10. So next week we'll do Tuesday at 7:10. I prefer Discord over Reddit only because it's a little bit lower key. That makes sense. All right, chat. I have got to get to bed. I got to be up for work pretty early. It has been 3 hours, and this All-Star game is kind of a snooze fest. I'm going to be honest with you. Thank you for everyone who stopped by. We had a ton of fun. I kind of like these, small ones. Guardian's really named after a bridge. I have a lot of fun when these smaller, sort of more intimate live streams where it's just a couple of people. We really get to know each other, get to talk a lot. So I really appreciate everyone that stuck with this entire live stream. I know that the All-Star game's not over yet, but I got to head out. So I will see you guys on Wednesday next week for the live stream against the Guardians. Thank you for everyone who stopped by, and I will see you guys in the red seats.